Hey, those people from the TTMA. Oh,
Ah, hello, everybody. We are coming live to you
Bad
from
student.
different. That's my bad student. We're having trouble streaming to your destination. Also, streaming here.
remember us the dropout.
Oh my goodness! All right. Hopefully, we are streaming. All right. So, hello, everybody. We're doing a live. I just got back from San Antonio, 4.5 hour drive. I thought about everything that was happening. My hello, and that's everybody's watching. This is my lovely co-host Janie Canales, hermana de Johnny Canales, Norma Salazar, the awesome Norma Salazar, and Mr. George Salazar, who was actually nominated for an award last night, which was really what we all went to do is back up Mr. George Salazar because you
Mm-hmm.
are awesome and we believe in you. So we're here today to talk about our experience. This was the first time I ever attended a TTMA award. All right. And I'm coming from an educational background where I was in a teacher cave and that's it. And I didn't know anything that was going on. And I was fine in my little world and I'm finally getting out of it. So it was my first experience at TTMA. What about you, Norma?
It was my first too, and it was very exciting.
What about you, George? Your first time también?
Hello,
All right.
George.
Maybe he can't hear us. Janie, was this your first time or had you been there before at the TTMAs?
Yeah, I had been there before, maybe 5 or 6 years. No, a little bit more than that, maybe 8 years ago.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah, so
Hmm.
it was my first time. So it was I didn't know what to expect. And first and first I had planned to go as media because we have our podcast, we have our media credentials. Um and it was free for the media, but if you wanted to like see the show or anything, you had to buy a ticket. And I said, "Pues if I'm gonna buy a ticket, then I want to see the show."
Yeah.
So ended up buying a ticket and at one of the tables, which was not it was a little costly, I think,
Yeah.
because there's also the expense of traveling and hotel and all that.
Mhm.
So, but I figured it's gonna be worth it because it's the TTM Awards, and as president of the Tejano Music Legacy Foundation, I need to do my homework and see what's going on out there besides just here in the valley. Here in the valley, we're trying to get Tejano music in the schools. We've got a pilot program at the high school at Economides, and we're hoping to expand that for Tejano music. Um, so it was exciting. It was exciting. Now you guys, you when we got there, we bought a table. We bought a chair at the tables that are in the front, and we got there a little early because George had to be there early since he was a nominee. So George and Norma took off to another area because they were gonna walk the red carpet. I still haven't seen the red carpet because since we bought a table, they asked us to wait. So we didn't even get to see the red carpet. I don't even know how that works. So this is just my personal experience. I everybody's we can both be seen. I always think of that dress. Remember that blue and it was either gold and white dress that people saw or blue and black. Remember? And it was the people right next to each other saw different things. So what I saw might be different from what Janie saw, and might be different from Norma saw, and might be different from what George saw. What I saw is that I realized that I didn't get to see the red carpet event because we went over there with George, rushing him to get to his red carpet event, and then they took George and Norma off to another area, and you all disappeared on us, and they told us to wait so they could open the doors, wait until they open the doors to get our table. So we didn't actually get to see the red carpet. I didn't even realize that until like right now. Because I was watching a little bit of Facebook coming back home, and some people videotape the red carpet. We didn't get to see that porque estábamos sentados adentro tomando soda, waiting,
Yeah.
Yeah.
waiting for the tables, for the door to open for the tables. So we missed the red carpet event, and then we sat down at the table, and it took a while um, until you guys came back, and y'all finally came back. It was a great show. I think it was very well organized. The setting, the video, the way it flowed, how there was those comedians running the event, and it flowed. It was transitioning smoothly and everything, and that was pretty cool. We got to see a lot of artists. We got to meet them, greet them, and since we ended up with a media pass, we got to see the face over there in the back, and the media room was over there, way in the back, behind the stage, behind closed doors, and so that was interesting. But we did get to see them. So overall, I had a great experience, and I didn't know what to expect. So it was interesting for me to critique. And I want to know if anybody out there went to the TTMA Awards, what they thought of it. Is there room for improvement? The winners, as you well know, we're promoting Tejano, and I believe that um, there needs to be made some room for the new artists. There was some new artists. There were some cool new artists that I saw performing on the stage, you know. And then we saw some of our legends. Well, legends from the golden era, right? Because then there's legend pioneers. Hi, George. There's legend pioneers, and then there's legends from the golden era of Selena and Emilio and all that. So we saw several people. Um, what was your saludos? Look, there's Juan Mendoza Jr.
Hi, Juan.
So
Hey,
hi
Juan.
Juan Mendoza. We're giving our experience of the TTMA Awards. This was our first time. Me, Norma, and George, and Janie. Second time, Janie.
Yes.
Second time. So,
Mm-hmm.
what was your Janie? What was your experience
And tonight's or 8 years or 6, 7 years ago, it's
last night?
totally different. My experience was just there, sitting there, because for one, Norma and and George disappeared for a good, I would think, a good hour and a half. Or
¿Verdad?
yes, I'm going like, what is going on? Maybe they're doing surgery or something, somewhere.
I
And
just thought
They,
Norma
they
finally,
andaba
were
palomeando. I just thought Norma
socializing in the
andaba
back with
palomeando.
others.
finally, they came in, but we sat there. I mean, I sat there, and for one, oh my God, I was freezing. It was so cold in
Oh,
there. But
that's right. You were
yes,
cold.
pues, so I even borrowed your little wrap around, and oh my God, I'm going like, am I old or is it just cold?
A little
Both. No,
fresh air.
it was
But
all right.
it was fresh outside también. Estaba fresquecito ya already.
Yeah, yeah. To
We
me,
brought
it
the
was all
Michigan
right.
weather. We brought the Michigan weather
That's
to
what you
San
did.
Antonio.
That's what you did.
Yeah, yeah.
That's what happened.
To me, it was all
Oh,
right. From 1 to 10, I think I would give it maybe a 5. I
All
mean,
right.
and maybe it was because we're sitting in the very, very back, which I still enjoyed it. But like I say, I was expecting more. Like 6, 7 years ago, it was awesome. I mean, just awesome. The media was there in the very front as the people were gonna go inside the Coliseum, the auditorium. I'm sorry, the auditorium. So everybody got a chance to speak before they went in there. And I'm talking about artists. I'm talking about fans that they were all excited because such and such, they had just seen them, down the hall with all the media and all that. And today, last night was just totally different.
it
And
was. It,
Yeah, there were
it
some things
was.
that I didn't understand. I really don't understand. And maybe somebody out there can. We didn't invite anybody. Is there anybody we can invite to ask about why that? Let's see. Daniel Garcia. Let's see who's on here. Daniel Garcia says it could have been better. All right. Uh, Delpha Rodriguez Rivas says, "Hola everyone. Hola Delpha."
Hola.
Juan Mendoza Jr. says, "Sorry, I'm kind of glad we didn't go."
Yeah, I
Um,
was waiting to see you
We
there.
wanted to see Lila and Juan. Damn it all. We're going to have to
yeah,
figure out how to see them someday. You better throw your
someday,
own award show, Juan.
pues, why not? Yeah.
Yes.
mm,
um, for speaking about the awards, it was George and mine as well. First time to see, especially being with great, talented people. Congratulations to all the winners
Yes.
Nominees.
and the nominees, because
Nominees.
you
Yes.
are winners as well. It was a blessing to meet you in person,
Wow.
because I mean, we only speak in text and Facebook. So it was awesome to meet. I love Liz Garcia,
Mm-hmm.
so I got to meet her in person. Yesy, I always see Yesy. We're always in the same crowds. And other artists, Sunny, Salceda. Um,
He actually was amazing in the limo going to the red carpet, even though there wasn't really much of a um, entourage out there, taking pictures and announcing when we were coming down the red carpet because the show had already started. Um,
yeah.
Nothing negative to say. It's just that the experience that we shared together was memorable. And I would have loved to have seen a lot of the artists, just get up and go and exchange, greetings with each other, pictures with each other, show a little bit more love with each other, regardless of whether win, lose, or draw. You're all winning,
Mm-hmm.
regardless of who takes home
Yes.
the big prize.
Yeah.
Yes.
There's no room for, oh, I didn't win, blah, blah, blah. Who cares? An award is an award. It doesn't define the artist, it
Yeah.
doesn't define the person. But the recognition of just being there is just huge. Thank you, Bino, and the staff that you have for putting such a memorable experience for me for my first time ever being there, and with Janie Canales and you too, Gigi, and my wife. My number one PR. I call her my public relations
Yes.
woman because she is for everyone. She is for
Yes.
all the artists and not just for moi, even though I want her to be all just for me. But you know what? That's marriage. But for business and for music and for everything, I mean, honestly, it's just amazing how what she does. And
Yes.
Janie, you know that, Janie. You and I were talking today, like,
Yep, and we
but
came up. We came up
yep,
with that
yes,
title because
I,
she does so much, and she says, "I don't want to be a promoter." And you know what? Yeah, the promoter don't fit her. She needs a better
no,
title.
yes.
So, what was it that we came up with, George?
Public
PR,
relations,
public
PR,
relations. Yes,
just interchanging with everybody, which she already did, which she already does. And every talk show host, puro pedo. I mean, KLMO, the Chupacabra. I mean,
yeah.
Suavecito that was there. I mean, all these DJs and radio
Mm-hmm.
announcers that were there, they were just so
Thank you
humble.
to all of
They,
them.
they were amazing.
Thank you.
They
Yes.
were they
Yeah.
should have been in the front. They should have had their own little areas
Yes.
instead of the back.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's the only thing I can think of, in a way, but it was amazing meeting all these
I'd
Yes.
like
great
to,
icons.
if they ever want to change anything, that's
I think
props
that's
to them.
probably the only one.
But I would have put them again back in the front, because
Yes.
they kind of lost out. Some of them had some merch. I was supposed to get a T-shirt, and I couldn't find them later on. But it's because they were way in the back, and I didn't want to walk back there again.
And not only
Um,
that, but like I said, 7 years ago, about seven roughly, the fans were able to see them while they were being
Yes.
interviewed, and then they would come towards the fans and take pictures.
Yes.
See, and this, I don't think they did. And I think the
no,
fans deserved also recognition because if it wasn't for the fans, they would not
yeah,
exist.
Yep.
yeah.
Yep.
So
And
those
everybody,
are questions that I wish somebody could answer, and I don't know who to invite to be able to answer that. But yeah, I mean, I am brand new to everything. Like I told you, it's coming out of a cave
Yeah.
like a caveman, and to I didn't understand why the media room is in the back.
Maybe it's
yes,
something new,
Closed
something different.
doors.
Maybe something different. Maybe they wanted to try something different. Maybe they saw something from previous shows. Maybe it just wasn't in the cards to have all that in front, and they wanted to be more uh,
Maybe
personal,
private,
more
more
private,
private, but
maybe
that's
more.
But
Yeah,
see, I see that wrong because if it wasn't for the fans, they wouldn't be out there.
right,
And I think the fans deserve a little break, a little recognition. And because, like I say, without fans, you ain't nothing. I'm
right.
sorry.
I'm just
And,
what
and
I'm looking at it as a double-edged sword. I'm looking at the pros and cons to it. There's always got to be a reason
It
why.
could be that, logistically it maybe it everybody gets crowded in front and then nobody can come in, or something as simple as that, right?
There's got to be
But
a reason behind it.
yeah, I'll be like, I know, like when we met at the Vegas, right? The media was in the middle before getting into the main stage in the
Right.
main area.
yeah,
So, and they
Well,
had to
maybe
come in.
they should do. I know. Maybe they should do a mock, like you say, a mock run and set up. See how it's gonna work out.
right.
That's
Maybe
something.
they have a committee. The TTMA is no joke. They have to have some staff, the committee, to be already discussing all this months ago before
Everybody,
this has
yeah, the
happened.
logistics, yeah.
So there has to
Because,
be a strategical way of thinking of how they're going to structure something and how they're going to make it flow and make sure the security is in place, make
yeah,
sure that everybody has the rules down pack and make sure that it flows smoothly. So maybe in the past something happened because this is our first time.
yeah, we
Again,
don't
we
know.
are.
We
This
don't
is
know.
you're having this show, Gigi,
Yeah,
because this is our first time. You want to know
yes.
what we thought of,
We have
the
a lot of
positives.
questions.
So we
Yeah.
definitely got to look at the pros and cons to it. We can't just look at only the pros and stay with the pros. We got to look at both sides.
I did like that they had two bars.
Yeah, they did have two bars, and then we were where we were waiting at before the doors opened. You could buy drinks there, and there was food, like a food court area there. Juan Mendoza says last year it was the same setup. Last year we were the only ones set up, and Hermes, it's just a bad setup, or they should do the media in the front. Yeah, we don't know.
Yes.
Yep,
We don't
I agree with
understand.
you, Juan.
you're right there, buddy.
Agree with you, 100%.
Yep.
But you cannot discredit on everything that had to have been done in an orderly fashion along with the committee of the TTMA staff. We can't shoot that down because
Yeah,
you know what? There
or
was
maybe
a
it was
lot
the
put
yeah.
into it.
Yeah,
There was a lot put
maybe it was
into
the
it.
execution. Maybe the
Right.
execution of it wasn't maybe the plan was great and had a reason, and maybe it wasn't executed successfully. I don't know.
And you know what? Everything is in learning stages. And this being the 44th annual TTMA, next year is going to be huge. Next year it's the 45th.
Yeah,
And that every 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 45 is going to be huge. So now if there's anybody from the TTMA staff or committee listening in, it would be good to take a survey, and they maybe already email people a survey asking what they thought was good, what they thought
Mm-hmm.
was minute, and what they thought was severe, you know
Mm-hmm.
and having one limo, yeah, they definitely got to get more than one limo.
But it's because one broke down.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
thank you very much, Miss Norma Salazar, for that information. Our PR
Because we
right here, she
almost
always
did.
has everything.
Hey, because we almost didn't make it to the red carpet because of that.
And they were gonna owe Sonny Osuna some tacos,
Tacos.
some tacos.
All right, Sonny.
Yeah.
Well, one thing,
But
one thing that they were on point was they didn't let us in till 6 o'clock, not
Oh yeah.
5:59, 6 o'clock.
eso sí,
Wow.
that was true. Yeah,
And there were tables, and we had our own tables. Why not let us go in and settle in and all this stuff? I mean, even if it was 5 minutes before, I mean, we weren't going to hurt anything, but just get out of the way of the people that was walking in trying to find their table also.
I did like this. I really loved it. Because a lot of Latinos really don't get dressed up. And they were on point
Oh
that
yeah,
last night.
yes,
On
yes.
they were
point.
beautifully,
Thank
beautifully,
you.
They were
Thank you.
on
I
point.
yes,
appreciate
Oh yes,
dressed.
George, you were very well dressed.
Thank you.
Congratulations. Look, I was only able to put up a few pics of the ones on my phone. Let's see. So if you want to share your pictures later, that was with Santa of Ocean. She was there right in the table next to us. Oh, that was Mr. Gus.
Hey, mira, Mr. Gus.
Miss Maritza Gomez, she was in the table on the other side.
Yeah.
She was also
Uh-huh.
funny. She was dressed up to the nines, beautiful.
Yes. A lot of women were.
Liz Garcia was
Liz
there.
Garcia.
Yes.
Awesome. She's man, I really admire her work.
Like her
She's
boots, shiny
man, and
boots,
yeah, the bling. Oh my
sparkly.
gosh, the bling gets me every time.
Mm-hmm.
And there's Miss Laura Linda and her. She went all dressed to the nines there. Yep. And
Mm-hmm.
Miss Pets. Oh, she
Patsy.
looked like an angel when she came on
Yeah.
stage. Oh my goodness. Mr. Son of Tony Ham Guerrero, Mr. What? Oh
You're not
gosh,
even in.
Alfredo Antonio
Okay.
Guerrero
I don't know where to
with
go.
his jacket with no shirt. That's his look.
Is that Tony Guerrero's son?
I didn't even know who
Tony
that
Ham.
was, but
That's
he didn't have
Tony
no damn
Ham's
shirt
son.
on.
He does not have a shirt on.
I know. That was like, what's going on?
That's his style. That's his look.
That's his look.
Oh,
That's
even
It
on
looks good.
stage?
It looks good.
Pues
It's
no está
all
bien.
muscle.
It's because I have a pony keg.
And
Mr.
now who's that?
Hey,
Yes,
You know what?
CDK.
I also
He
can
was
I-
there?
Yeah,
What the hey? I didn't even get to see him.
I know. And then
Terrible
another
TDK.
thing, I wish they would have let us go to our car because some of us girls had our purses in the car, and I couldn't get my battery charger to charge my phone because they
oh,
wouldn't let you go out.
and they didn't have like here's a charger, ma'am, or here's a charging station or anything like that.
No, because they charge like maybe $10 for you to charge your phone.
Big
Ah,
one
just
there.
kidding. Anyway, you gotta make it fun somehow.
Oh my God.
I'm
That was a
kidding.
good one.
Let's see who else
Oh,
did
It
we
was
have.
expensive.
This guy, the
Gigi.
puro pedo,
Ah, puro
Puro
pedo.
Oh yeah,
Yep. Yep.
they were cool.
Mr.
Míralo, Mr.
Yay,
J.
Perez.
Two
Jay
times
Perez.
TTMAs.
Yay.
Yeah, Miss Gabriela. She was the winner of the
Top
new
dog.
female.
Two awards.
What
Best
was
new
it?
female and a video.
Video. There you go.
Top dog.
And Mr. Tony Guerrero, La Sombra.
There
Yeah.
you go, Tony.
Where's George?
Chicago.
Where's George?
And
Right
there's
here.
Miss Janie. Look at that beautiful dress that
Hey,
everybody was
Oh
hey,
my
don't avoid the
looking at.
question. Where's George?
You know, who's that?
I know, right?
That's on our way. That was on
Mala
our
que eres,
way.
mala que eres. Hijo de su.
I didn't know. I am so sorry. You're
Yeah,
the
you should
star.
be.
There you are. This was our
Hey,
first.
Alamo.
When we
Meow.
stopped, our first stop was at KLMO.
Yes.
That was awesome, and you did a great interview, Mr.
Yes.
George.
Yes, he did.
I really enjoyed that. I think you were you were very positive, and it was you had great answers for the questions they had for you, the DJs there, and
Hombre,
congratulations.
I was very nervous. What do you mean?
Yeah, well, we
I was
couldn't
shaking
tell.
like a leaf.
And then we stopped by with Jose Pepe.
Yes.
Yay.
And that
Loved
was
it.
awesome.
Loved it.
Yes, that was unexpected. I didn't plan to be there at all.
That was a blessing in disguise from Andy Cardenas. Thank you, Andy, for inviting us there. Because
Yeah.
I was extremely hangry, and let me tell you, I was the last
Extremely.
one to get my plate, and I was starving. And you know how us guys get, yeah.
Oh my goodness,
Hungry,
yeah, it was
hungry.
like shove a sandwich in his mouth. Yeah, cállalo.
Now he knows how women
Puro
feel.
pinche baloney.
Roll that tortilla and bologna.
No, hombre, just a bologna and two pieces of bread squished
With
together.
mustard. With
Órale,
mustard.
con mustard.
So I mean, overall, we had a good time. That's for
Yes.
sure.
Yes.
Well, me
Great.
and you, Gigi, we were working on the spot. So
Oh my gosh, we were
Uh,
working so hard, connecting, and Dios quiere, we'll have a lot more interviews with artists that we connected with at the show. So that
Yeah.
was awesome.
Yes.
you know what?
Definitely promoting Tejano music.
All the music that they were playing made me want to dance, but there was nowhere to dance. I wanted to get up on that floor that was near one of the bars and just dance. Because you don't get that time when we're busy or busy at
No,
work.
but we danced here at
Even
the house.
artist. Huh?
We danced here at the house. Remember? You asked me to dance and we
did.
danced.
Yeah, we did. But being listening to all that good music,
Oh
I
yeah.
I would I could bet my life I would have seen some artists dancing with their partners.
And you know
That
what?
would have been the night of having fun for
Oh, you
them.
know what? And I didn't realize that when we were looking at the seating chart, they had the tables and the all that around, but I didn't realize that it did not have a dance floor section. That's
Yeah.
true. It did not have a dance floor
And all the
section.
music was awesome. Every
The
group
music.
played
Heck yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Hometown boys.
I knew you were gonna
Woo!
say that.
Hometown boys.
Hometown
All
boys
of
did rock
them.
it.
All
Yes,
of
they
them
Heck
were
All of
yeah.
awesome.
them.
Out there.
What's
All
that
of
guy's
them
name,
that were there.
Eliasar?
That lady, I didn't get because I was coming back and forth. I didn't get to get the name of that lady that was dressed with the hair with the ribbon and
All
the
the yeah, very
who was that?
colorful.
Who?
I said very colorful
Yes.
costume.
Who did anybody get her name?
It
No.
had a Hispanic name and then an English
And
in between name. I can't
and
remember.
she was doing talk about combination, talk about uh a fusion of music. She was playing a different kind of music with a mariachi band, right?
It was really
Yes,
weird.
yes.
It was yes, it weird, George. That's
Weird.
good.
Well, you know what? You're always gonna
Good.
have good and bad and ugly and everything. So it's gonna be good for some and bad for others, and some pros and cons. For me, I didn't know, I didn't understand it, so I'm sorry.
George is
I
not
just
used
didn't
to the
understand it.
different that
And
You said to
I
keep it
enjoyed
positive.
it. No, that's fine. Calm
What's
down.
que?
Are you still hungry? Go,
Yes.
feed
I
him,
haven't
feed.
had my
he
water
hasn't
burger.
had his water
I've been
burger,
in here
man.
Oh,
every
that's
single
right.
Thursday and I haven't
You
had my
owe
water
me a
burger.
Whataburger. You owe me a Whataburger. You owe
Norma
me
has her
a
glass of wine.
Hey, I had coconut
Whataburger.
water too, and that damn
I
Coconut
thing
uh,
water.
was good. Thank you,
I
Jennifer.
I love the hairpiece and the outfit and the mariachi. About the
Yeah,
music, she was good too, but
yeah.
how she dressed and everything was appropriate.
It was
And
a
then having the
great.
mariachi, yes, yes. I
It
can't
was a
think of her
great.
name. Oh my God, I don't know if it was. She sounded like a name of another artist, but then the middle name changed it because it was like in Bolia, you know.
Yeah, and it was yes, yes, and yes. There.
Yes,
Yes.
yes, yes, yes,
Yes.
yes,
Well,
yes.
I liked it. I liked it that it was different. We can't just all be the same. I mean, we have to
Yeah.
advance, and there's gonna be just like Tejano. At some point, somebody said, "No, no me gusta esa música. Es muy diferente. No me gusta." Like all the conjunto people in the norteño before Tejano was Tejano. Can you imagine what they when they first heard
Yeah.
pitos and saxophones and trombones and
Oh, now that you said that, that orchestra that played, oh
there was
my
there was
God.
the
What?
opening
El
band.
For
Viso?
aviso? For aviso?
Viso?
For aviso?
I don't
Was
know
it?
if that was
The
the
first
name.
one that came up?
Yeah.
Yes,
Wow.
They
yes.
are
Yes.
awesome.
I wish that
Yep.
that would come
Yeah.
in because you know what? I remember that the Mr. and Mrs. dances and they would have orchestras and they would have those little things in front of them with the music notes and everything. To me, I think that was the prime of all the groups. They did
I think it was
awesome.
aviso. I think because that the horns came out and
It
Yeah.
was
everything.
Yeah, the
true.
horns
Yes,
came
Yeah,
the
out.
because
horn
The
section.
voices,
me and
¿verdad?
you
Were the
kept
ones that
on
were
turning
bursting with
around high fiving, Janie.
Huh?
tenían
Me and
voces,
you
se
were high
volvían
fiving.
dulces.
Yes,
Yes.
yes,
But here's
yes, we were.
another thing. The Crazy Pimps, they incorporated a dance couple behind them while they were performing. I thought
Mm-hmm.
that was
Mm-hmm.
really, really awesome. Crazy
Yes.
Pimp,
Hands
man,
down.
hands up, not down. The
Yeah.
hands up to
Slapping.
them, slap them, whatever.
Slapping. Choo
They
choo.
were
High
good.
five.
Hello, Mr.
You know,
Bobby Castaneda
and
from
we're not
Califas.
really judging the
There's the
performances because
Califas. All
every
right.
single performance was awesome.
Aviso from Houston. All
There's
right.
Juan
Even
Mendoza
that lady I was
again.
talking about, I just couldn't understand it. That's
Juan,
all. That's just me.
hello,
You
Juan
couldn't
Mendoza
understand what?
again, Junior.
I'm sorry, you couldn't understand what, George?
No, no, no. Just the transitions and the music, and it was just different. Jay
Are you
Pettis
going?
went up, and I was just going like, "Oh my god!" And then Stephanie Montiel went up, and I was just like, "Oh my god!"
Wasn't
And
she
then,
awesome? She
Yes,
oh
was
she put on
Lord,
a real good show.
did she
She
even
did.
win anything that night?
she
Yeah.
won our
Hmm.
hearts.
What?
She won our
No, she
hearts.
did. Stephanie won something.
She
Yes, she
did?
did. 'Cause
Yeah.
she called the group to come on because she says it takes the whole group to for me to
Oh,
get
that's
this.
right. I saw on Facebook.
Remember?
They're like, we won, we
He
Oh
won.
must have had
Yes.
a bathroom break. Sorry,
no,
guys.
that's
It's
not
because we were
true. I'm
going
not
in
that
and out
old.
all the time. No, that's
Bad
what
kitty.
That was
No,
the problem. Mira, that was the problem with the media being over there in the back.
I was in the back with
So
puro
when we
pedo.
so when we went to the back, we missed the show in the front.
I see a
Yes.
Yes.
cuatro
Yes.
on.
But
Yeah.
that Puro Pedo talk show, man, those guys are awesome. Two brothers and a cousin, man. They made you feel at home. They were just so cool. And Chupacabra as well.
Same thing,
Wow.
brothers.
Oh
Man, that
yeah.
was so cool to meet them. And they were Johnny and Michael, and then the other brother. I can't remember his name. Ay, ay, ay. But they were awesome
Yeah.
as well. And they were trying to mingle. I think they were having a lot of the back guys were having
Oh,
internet problems with their net.
Lori Maldonado says she got female entertainer of the year.
All
Who's that?
Yes. Oh,
right. All
Who got
right.
who got what?
Stephanie
Female?
Montiel. Stephanie.
Well deserved.
Oh,
Well deserved.
hi,
Oh,
Lori.
definitely. Hi, Lori.
Lori
that's
Yes.
Montalban.
awesome. That's awesome because she did entertain beautifully.
Yes, yes. She's got great stage presence and
Yes,
she's
she does. And see, she's
yeah.
What?
so pretty also, you know. Well, everybody was. You know what I'm saying? Everybody was so decked out that it fit their style, it fit their persona. And even the girl that was announcing, she was so funny, you know, and
Oh
the guy was too.
yes. The announcers
Yes.
were they had a great picked out those people great. That lady was really funny. What was it? La Chona?
Yeah.
I don't know,
Something
tuve la
like that.
zona.
Something like that.
Something like that.
Yeah, she
And
was
then
funny.
the actor
Hilarious.
with George
Oh,
Lopez, he was
yes,
Oh
funny.
yes.
yeah.
He
Yeah.
lost a lot of weight.
I
Ernie,
didn't
I didn't
Ernie.
notice.
recognize him.
He
See.
used to play Ernie on the George Lopez show.
Yeah.
Hmm
George.
Es tío, ¿qué dijo tío? Primo de Lucky Joe.
Primo del acordeón.
Oh,
Primo
really?
de
Yeah,
Lucky Joe. Yeah.
Nice.
yeah.
No wonder he was so adamant about Lucky Joe.
Yeah.
Yes,
Lucky
yes.
Joe threw a beautiful, beautiful show. I do
Didn't
want to
he?
say that. I do want to
Yes,
say
he did.
that.
And
He
Yes.
I'm
did.
sorry, but I loved Frijoles Románticos. So when he ended with No me asustan y no les tengo miedo. Oh,
Is
Yes.
that a
That was
new
a good
song?
song.
that's
Is
an
that
old song from Frijoles
is it?
Románticos. Yeah, oh
Oh,
man, that is. I didn't realize that was Lucky Joe, but when Frijoles Románticos came out with that, like way like I don't know, a million years ago, and I loved it then. Did not realize that was Lucky Joe.
Gigi,
And
I thought you were talking about the frijoles this morning when you
I
said,
know
I
there
love
was
the
so.
frijoles.
I made breakfast this morning, and
those
let me
were
tell you,
Yes,
we
he
refritos.
put
did.
down.
Those were refritos, not románticos.
Yes, right.
And we got
And even
CTV.
later,
Pues,
it's not going to be
Tortillas.
romantico.
pues they were very románticos on the way home to the valley. Porque andabas perk, y que
No, I
perk.
didn't even eat frijoles
Beep, beep,
románticos.
beep, beep. Oh my
Ay,
God.
sí.
It
El
was awesome.
jiggity.
So
I,
yeah,
you
Yes.
know,
so Lucky Joe, Lucky
and
Joe,
you
I
know
love
what? I'm going to
Mande.
change. I'm going to change the rating, okay? Because I couldn't remember all the stuff that happened. I'll give it a 8.5.
Ándale. If we
Yes,
keep on
yes.
talking, you're gonna give it better. So let's wait.
Well, you know
Bobby
what?
Castañeda says y'all are hilarious.
I wasn't gonna tune in when she said her first rating. Because I thought to myself, I had to think about it. I had to really honestly think about it because the experience that we shared, my wife and I, waiting in the back for that limousine to come in, and socializing with everybody that was gonna, enter into that limousine and run the red carpet, was an experience all by itself.
Yeah.
Oh
You
Yes,
yeah.
know,
Yeah.
yes,
And I'm
so
yes.
saying, yeah, like, wow, yeah.
Well,
And people will know.
what the
yeah.
hell does that mean?
Yeah. It was crazy. It
Pues
was,
tú
it
andabas en
was
Well,
chingas
let's
everywhere.
just
What do you
say
mean?
that maybe logistically it could have been better planned.
Yeah,
I,
correct.
yeah,
Yeah.
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 So yeah.
You know what?
yeah.
Or,
My wife asked me this morning. She goes, "Babe, if you were ever to, would you ever do this again if you got nominated?" And without a doubt, I said yes. Because we need to support our artists. We need
Right.
to support.
Yes,
Yes,
We
yes,
need to
yes, yes,
support
yes.
anyone who is actually doing award shows because they're not easy, and the money comes from somewhere, and it has to be supported from La Raza. You know what?
Yes.
Tejano music is not just Tejano music. it's conjunto, it's tejano,
Mhm.
it's so many different genres that are all fit in one, and we all bleed the same, and we're all Tejanos, and we're all Mexican, and we all
Yeah,
know where our roots come from.
And we're all coming to
right.
the same purpose of
Yeah.
giving
Yeah.
back
And
to our
Right.
community.
it's important
So
to support each other. Yes.
so I
Yeah.
think I think do I think that it was expensive? Yes, in part, but at the same time, we gotta think of
Cost.
they gotta think of a cost efficient way of
Yes.
grabbing more of the people to come in. Less is more. One of my dearest friends once told me, George, when you produce an album, less is more.
So
Too
don't say.
much is too messy. You know. So I won't name the individual who told me this, but
He's well
we love
respected.
him with all our heart.
Give us the initials.
No.
Nah,
Give us the
because you
initials.
guys will know.
Now. Now.
You guys don't know.
Estas son
We
las
don't kiss
Ta,
and
ta,
comadres.
ta. Let me
hey,
get the gloves off.
right.
Ta, ta,
We don't kiss and tell.
ta.
Oh, okay.
I'll tell you later, Janie.
Yeah, no, I was just kidding. But yeah, I mean,
No.
people tell you stuff. I mean, you don't even have to say who. If it was a good compliment or a bad compliment, okay. Well, everybody's got their own opinions.
Yes.
Yes, Jonathan and Christy, we are in San Antonio.
Woo!
So if you guys want to hit us up, you need to call us.
Where are
Yeah.
the comments? I can't see the comments.
I
Mine's
know,
mine's are coming
Gigi.
through
I'm
Facebook.
sorry. This is all. I
Gigi, we
remember
hired you for
the
a
last one
reason,
I see
Gigi.
is Bobby Castaner said, "Y'all are hilarious." I'm putting the comments, the ones I see.
Okay, why does Norma only can see comments and not me? Because you know
Because I
what?
am
I'll
coming
leave.
on my Facebook, love bug.
Okay, so what
Love
am I
bug.
on? Book
I
face?
think you're on YouTube.
Okay, you picked it. You picked YouTube.
I know. Next time I'll
You
do
you know
better.
what? No, see, you threw a wrench.
No.
You threw me under
Okay,
the
you know
bus.
what? I'm gonna shut you down and then we're gonna re-add you back up.
Hello,
Ahí voy.
everybody. I'm
Vas a
here,
ver.
and they read me so I
Kelly,
wouldn't see the
Kelly, there's
compliment.
Kelly. Kelly Delgado says hello, beautiful
We'll
people.
fix it.
Hello, Miss Kelly Delgado.
Let me
Hey,
go
Did
fix
you,
Hey,
Kelly, Kelly,
Kelly.
Kelly,
you
Oh,
know
Kelly,
what?
Kelly.
We
Kelly.
need to invite and share people to come on and talk
Fix
about
it,
it because
puppy.
Kelly, you
Okay,
better
I'm gonna go up for a little bit because he's gonna put me on Facebook because I want to see everybody
Okay, bye.
that was
Now this is Jamie
Kelly,
Canales
you've
reporting
been
Hilda
mess
from
Peña,
anybody.
Hilda
being
Peña is
missing.
You're
here.
in
That
the
Hilda
mess.
channel
Peña,
where we can see you.
Hilda Peña,
Digo,
shh.
cállate.
Hilda Peña says hello. Gigi La
Hello.
Chicana Guerrera. Hello, Miss Hilda Peña. Did you go to the awards, Miss Hilda Peña? To the TTMAs? We're looking for people that might have gone to TTMA Awards because it was my first time there and it was a great experience. She says, hello, Norma and George. So,
Hello.
so we had a great experience. I had a great experience. It was my very first time there. I would say the stage setup, the video setup,
Was phenomenal.
phenomenal. That is correct. Oh, Hilda Peña says she didn't go. Hilda Peña says she didn't go. Okay. So yeah, but I don't know why. I don't know. I missed a lot of it. Kelly Delgado says, I missed an amazing night last night. It
Girl,
was.
yes, you
Yeah,
did.
Hey,
it was.
can you get Janie back on? She's on the backstage waiting for you.
Yes.
She's waiting to run the
See,
red carpet.
see how they discriminate me. All right, come on, comments,
Calm down,
comments.
calm
Come
down,
on, comments.
Hey,
Bring it
Kelly,
on. I bet
you
you
would
it's
have been
still,
with us for 2 days.
Still
I took
still
him on
no
a
comment.
wild ride. We went a lot of places and met a lot of legends.
We had a great time. Yeah.
It was such a experience.
Kelly Delgado says
It was
you can hang
fun.
out during the fanfare. Yes, fanfare, si Dios quiere, is coming up. And you all are coming, right? Si Dios quiere?
Yes, Dios
they are.
quiere.
Okay, so that's Hilda Peña
So
now.
yes, we will be back at
Right,
fanfare. So you
right.
better be
Let
ready,
me see if I can
people.
see.
Okay,
Better be
Yes.
ready.
I
Hey,
love
the
it. I
support better
love
be there
it.
because you know what? I was expecting. Okay, one thing. One thing.
Okay, you're
There was a lot of seats on the
you. Now you
bleachers,
can see all the comments.
Oh,
I
okay.
was, I was,
That's what
and
I'm saying.
They can see you,
yes,
but
and
you're seeing all the
I
comments.
would have loved to see
Join the
and met
chat.
with more
No.
people. Yes,
Mm.
it is costly.
Okay,
Maybe
well,
they can work something out that
Mhm.
it's not so much, because
And
I
you
think
can
they
see
could have opened the doors for more people to come in the doors.
I don't know why.
Um,
Let's see the comments and see it.
George, George,
George is working on something else.
mute, mute, mute.
I'm gonna mute. Now you're telling me to
Oh,
mute.
estoy oyendo, I can't hear
Actívate,
Norma.
Gigi.
I can't hear, I can't hear Norma because you're talking.
I want a union steward because you know what? They're discriminating against me. First they couldn't see me.
File
Now they
that.
can see.
File it in my
Get in
file.
line,
Please
get
call
in
me
line,
tomorrow in
Jamie.
the morning.
I want a union steward. This
Call
is
me in the
ridiculous.
I'm the
morning.
representative.
George is
You
my
listen.
representative. I love it. I love it. Hi, Miss Kelly
Hey, Kelly, this is
Delgado.
how we've been all week, and we don't even drink.
I know,
Hey,
right?
That's the
Imagine,
point. We
Kelly,
haven't even
Diosito
drank. Only
Santo.
later
this
on
is
in
a
the
Kelly
night.
Delgado. Now you moved it to Fair. Before, when y'all are in town, hook me up, call me, and we hang out. Well, we're in town, Mama. We had a big party last night after the awards. We had a with George Delgado brought his guitar. We all sang, and I mean, it was awesome.
Oh,
Yeah,
oh,
but
by the way,
The menudo.
hands down the best menudo I have ever tasted
yeah,
in my entire life.
very, very
Thank
good.
Oh my
you,
God, I loved it.
Yes.
thank you, thank
You
you.
didn't eat it,
Hey,
mentiroso.
these. Wait. I'm gonna tell you something, people, about Georgie.
Mm.
Once he walked in that door, he went straight to sleep, so he wasn't up. Then after that, an
He's
hour
a party
after that,
pooper.
Norma went to sleep. So these guys are witnesses. We
They're
do go
party
to sleep.
animals.
We do go to sleep early.
Yeah, I think we
We
stayed up
get
till
up
about three,
early.
maybe 3 o'clock or four, even 4 o'clock in the morning.
Hijo de su-
I know. And hey, and then like Gigi, I'm gonna call an Uber. I said, what? So I got a sheet and I got a colcha and I got a pillow. I said,
Me
there,
avento
there,
vete
there's your
pa'l
bed.
sofá.
Yeah. And then I woke up in the middle of the night and all I heard was
There's a bear in the house.
Rawr. I sounded like a lion. Wow. Oh my
George,
God.
hombre.
never a dull
Aw,
moment.
she stopped
Now when we
Oh,
working.
come
little
into town.
princess.
All right, fanfare, Kelly. I'm gonna hold you to that, cabrona. If you don't do, I'm gonna go looking for you. I'm gonna bring you in.
Dile, dile.
You better had a great time, Kelly, because we
She
did.
says, I'm stuck working this weekend, but for sure fanfare.
All right.
Okay.
We are gonna be here.
You got
Yes.
4 months, 4.5 months to plan it. Don't tell me that, I had to work because nobody showed up. Just put it on auto, put it on auto play and let them play the music by itself and you just leave.
Yeah, we had excuses from Tiger, so hey.
Oh, we're holding Tiger Mays to come over today. Vale
Yeah.
más.
Hostage.
He in trouble if he don't.
Why don't you invite him on the show? Share the show. See if he comes on.
You know what? That's
I don't know how to do that,
no,
man.
wait,
Oh,
yeah,
well.
we don't know how to do that. You're the expert over
You're
there
the one that
in your
Yeah.
knows
little
it, eh?
oficina
You're the experta.
Snap, snap.
with your guitars in the
I don't
back
have
and you're ready
I
to
don't
grab
have
them and play.
you like that.
Yep.
So yeah. Let's mention the guest we had, George Mercado. He was awesome. He brought his guitar last night, our
Yeah.
little after party. We sang to him to his strumming his guitar, and that was awesome. It was fun.
You can see
And
it
he
on
did
Lisa
he did
Mercado's
country.
Beautiful
Yes,
wife.
Facebook.
Lisa. Lisa, his wife. And he did country singing and he is awesome also. We were
Yes.
waiting for the other George, but he was asleep. Then we were waiting for George Strait and he called that the bus had broken down. So then we were waiting for George Crooked and George Crooked never showed up.
But how many Georges do you know?
George Strait and George Crooked. One is straight and the other one's crooked.
Ay, I wonder what I'm labeled. Chingao.
George Cricket, she already told
Oh,
you.
George
No,
Cricket.
George Sleepy.
Because George
Anyway,
Strait never came out.
back to the TTMA Awards.
Oh, the TTMAs.
Hombre.
Yes, that's what
Now,
we're talking
Party
about.
pooper.
where you started, Norma,
Party pooper.
I thought it was gonna be packed.
Yes.
I was disappointed that
As
it
many
wasn't
different artists that were there.
so many.
There was
many.
so many different artists. And that was a pinnacle time to go support your persons, all your different artists, because I know all like me, I
So
have
that's what we're
so many
wondering.
artists I like that would have been the time to go see them all
So,
in one
but it's
shot.
we don't know. We don't know. I know. I mean, it takes. I had to like. I can't really drive anymore because of what happened with me in the hospital and all that. I can't really drive long distances and stuff like that. So I had to take my sister. She had to get off of work. You know, there's a lot. We had to take our nephew out of school.
I'm gonna
Uh,
send you my plane the next time.
thank you. And see, and it took a lot of effort to get there, right? And then
Right.
besides the ticket and besides, and we did, and I did have
Hey,
to get a
hey, hey,
hotel.
hey. Who are you saying? We're from Michigan. We had to fly
Yes.
all the way over here, fly all the way back. And you know
Leave a
what? If
baby.
it wasn't for Janie and Gus for opening up their house, we would have had to spend for hotels also as well. So you
I
know what?
did, I
And
did.
we
It
had to live on beans and
rice and
rice.
beans and
Beans
hiquatu.
and rice.
Damn
Beans
right.
and
You love
rice.
my beans this morning.
I did.
Um,
I did not eat your beans.
it was
Yes, you
awesome. The
did.
food
No,
was
she
awesome.
didn't.
Now
I
I
was
saw you
I,
spreading it on the
I was
tortilla.
gonna say something, but it was gonna sound really bad. So
That's
Gigi,
okay.
I
We're on
saw you
Gigi's
spreading
show
beans on
anyways.
that tortilla. I'm sorry. I'm gonna call
Well,
What?
you. You did spread beans on that tortilla, and your sister said your sugar's gonna go up, and you said, "Well,
no,
if
I
I'm
did not. I did not put beans. I put eggs and I put the carne. I did not put
yeah.
beans.
entonces it was the carne that looked
It was the
brownish. Yeah,
carne.
okay, all
Yeah.
right. I apologize,
Y te
but the beans
gustó.
were good.
Thank you, Janie. I love you too.
Oh Lord,
Hey, but the best one was my rice.
your rice
Yes.
is good.
Yes.
Your rice is good.
OMG. I thought I made good rice. Nombre
Yeah,
cállate.
yeah.
um,
So
it's,
I was disappointed too. I know how much it cost me to go over there, um, and other so. But I really expected like. But then again, I got the table, which was a little not as. It was a little pricey,
Mm-hmm.
unless than the bleacher. What were they called? The bleacher section, I guess. I
The
don't know,
bleacher section was like what, 45 to $50.
something like
You know,
that. So
just
even then,
plus the fees.
yeah, plus the fees.
Yeah.
So I don't know, but we don't know. I wonder what are the reasons did people not go? Why didn't
Right.
people
Well,
go?
you
Hey,
know,
put a
it's flu
comment in.
season. There's flu season, and
yeah,
there's
come
people
on,
that are
somebody,
Well,
sick.
well,
come on,
put in the comments on there, guys,
yes,
so we
come on,
can know
tell us
what we
what.
could tell, or maybe suggest this
Yeah.
person.
Why did
Why did the chicken cross the road?
the chicken cross the road?
Who?
She's
What?
not doing
What?
that. She's gonna
Was the
put.
chicken first or the egg? Is that what you're asking? What was
No,
first? What came first, the egg or the chicken? We don't know.
wait a minute. I still want to
Was
ask
a
why
chicken.
Why do the Who
the
said
road
that?
takes across the chicken.
Why did
Why?
the chicken cross the road? We don't know.
I did. I already told you because the road cannot cross the chicken.
A la china. That's it.
Why didn't more?
But it's almost as bad as when they say, you look at a cemetery and you say, well, how many people are dead?
All of them.
There you go. You are good. You are
Hey,
good.
if they would have asked Norma would be
This has been
counting
going on.
because I
Oh,
wouldn't have known
Lori
that.
Maldonado says this has been going on for the past several years.
Really? This is our
Yeah,
first time, so thank you for
that's our
saying
first
that.
time. The question is why, and I misspelled didn't because I can't see. Why didn't more people attend TTMA Awards? That's a big question. Now, as you all know, I am the president of the Tejano Music Legacy Foundation.
Are
It
you?
started when my dad passed away. I promised myself that even though my dad passed, that his music was going to live on. And the more I did that, the more I realized that I needed to make sure Tejano music lived on because he was a pioneer of this genre.
Mhm.
And it was sad to me to see the lack of support. And it was a great event. It was a
Mhm.
beautiful event.
Yeah.
Why
And
weren't
it's only one night that you get dressed up like, oh, look,
yeah
I'm gonna put it out there, guys.
I'm going to
That
step away.
that dress that I had,
Oh, chinga, otra vez.
Cost me only $10. Why? Because I was on a tight budget and I got it on Facebook Market.
But you
And
rocked it,
I
Chinelas.
hooked it up with accessories,
Do I have
pulled
any?
my hair, got ready, and out the door.
Chinga. And I always say,
There's the dress.
yep,
There
this
she
woman
is.
can grab a damn trash bag, put it on, and make it look good. It don't matter. Deep was
Yes.
true.
Yeah.
That woman.
Laney,
So,
we were
people,
dressed up. Yeah.
Oh,
I
and
people, if you guys
then
think
like I
you
said
can
earlier,
afford it,
Call my wife at 1-900-777. You
don't
got
get
it.
so but so
it.
Norma, your point is you didn't have to go buy that $800
Right.
dress or $1,500 dress.
they do have those dresses at the thrift stores. They really do. They're beautiful dresses. I've
Yeah,
seen
below
them.
5 too.
Yeah, don't be
So
ashamed, man.
right.
You
So but then
um
again we don't know. Why didn't people go? Why wasn't there more people there? That's my question.
Do
Why?
you think it's because not enough advertisement? I only saw it once or twice.
Well,
I don't
we don't
know.
know that either.
I think they had like
no, because
I
the
saw it
radio
advertised.
stations were advertising stuff like that. I was hearing
Were
it.
they?
Yeah, some of the radio stations were advertising
Kudos to
it.
all the radio stations out there that
Kudos.
advertise that TTMAs.
Yeah. So
And is it
no.
TTMAs or is it TMAs?
I don't know. It's
Well, I
Okay,
looked it up, and it's
what is the TT for?
Texas Talented
ask George.
Musicians Association.
George, what is the TT for?
I don't know. I
Ah!
have no idea what that's for.
Oh, you know what?
Yes,
You know what was so exciting? I wore this real cute dress because I
Oh, yeah.
followed the ¿cómo se dice? The deal of like it was music, and my the bottom of my dress had put as music notes. Do you know that people that I didn't even know asked me if they could take a picture with me, and I wore a petticoat. Yeah, petticoat,
yes, you look
and there was
beautiful.
they said, "That is so cute. Can I take a picture of it?" I said, "Of course. Come on." And we took pictures. I was so excited.
Find a
Hey,
picture of you where you went
mira
on there.
nomás. Qué
Look,
chulada.
that
Thank you for all
Daniel
the
Garcia says it's because of money. People didn't go because of money, but like Norma's saying, you could have gotten the $40 seats and found a $10 dress at the thrift store that she rocked
Or
really
you
Yes.
great.
could have, no, hombre, pues you didn't get the stimulus check. Biden sent another one out.
Ay,
Just for the TTMAs.
and Lori Maldonado says various reasons. What other reasons? Oh, here it is, Lori. Thank you, Lori. Texas Talent Music Association.
I told you I
Now
said
we
it
know
right.
what the TT is
I
for.
said it right. Texas Talented Music
Now,
Association.
now you know what the TT is for, Jenny.
Ándale.
Thank you, Lori.
Thank you, Lori.
So, various reasons, pero ¿por qué? I mean, we made an effort.
Pues ya te dijeron.
and
Money.
if it takes that, okay, you got from now till next year. I hope to see a lot of people there next year. You got now till next year to
Pues we
put
don't even
a
know if we're
piggy
gonna be
bank
there.
aside up
That's
on
right.
top like grandma. Yeah, who knows if God will let us be here. But hey,
Hopefully my
if we
second
are,
album will make it.
Hey, you know
put
what?
a piggy bank on top of the
Ooh.
cubineta, or how do you say cabineta?
Mm.
Camioneta?
No, like the
What?
cupboards.
Oh, gabinete.
There you go, gabinete. And
And
there was
another
someone
thing, we're gonna
put the
go back
piggy
to
bank up there. Put your couple dollars every time. If you guys buy
okay.
cigarettes or beer, freaking put it up there. Say not this beer tonight, like Norma.
Okay.
Not this
Hey,
beer, not this
let me
wine.
point out. Let me point out something that you say. Why don't people go and all that? Because you know what? They don't get the attention they deserve. Like I said earlier, the fans want to be exposed also as the artists because without the fans, we ain't nothing.
Amen.
And that's what they need, where they can take pictures with the artist, and maybe the artist will post it later. And there was this beautiful girl, there was this handsome guy that took a picture with so and so, and I think that's very important. I don't care what anybody says. It's just like the comments. I like to see them because I like to see who's on and what did they say. I don't want to feel like, oh wow, I got on it and they didn't even recognize me. They didn't even send me a hello, and that's what I'm saying. That is so
Yeah.
important.
Okay,
Hey,
I'm gonna
wait. Let me give a
I'm
shout
gonna
out because
go ahead, Norma.
yeah. I want to give a shout out to Melinda and her husband
Yes.
Moreno because they came.
Yep.
from Michigan.
And it was brutal because they had to wait. They were like 13 hours of a flight because of the
Oh,
delays of the weather. She
Oh,
told me. I was like,
woo! Lucky we got out
OMG.
the way we got out,
Yeah,
and we were on an hour of an airport for them to ice
in
down our.
Chicago, it was really bad.
So they got backed up worse. They went late after us. But that's why I'm saying those people that come far away, they just want that bit of attention.
And it's
yes,
And they're
nice.
stars as well as much
I
as we are because of them. We're
exactly.
where we're at.
and we have to acknowledge them, whether we're big, small, whether we've been in the industry for 30 years or 2 years or 3 years. Acknowledge the fans because those are the ones that are making the money for you, whether it's the merchandise or whether it's they buy your music on any digital
Yes,
platform for a
yes.
dollar. You gotta show appreciation, guys. Seriously,
Thank
swallow
you.
your pride and get out there and just show the love. It's not all about you all the
You
time.
know
It's
what?
about
That's
the
what I
people.
that's very true. That's one thing I like about Liz Garcia. I'm not her promoter. I'm not anything. I don't get anything. I saw the girl in action out there with the people because I accidentally ran into her at the Fiesta de los Muertos in Austin with my because I was spending my birthday weekend with my daughter, and we went to Fiesta de los Muertos, and Liz Garcia was out there. She performed, and she was out there with her little flyers for voting and all that. I mean, hey, she is putting the blood, sweat, and tears into her work.
Yep.
Yeah.
It, that needs to be
All
acknowledged
the
and
time.
appreciated. Yes, and everybody, you George, it. If people really realize how much work goes into just one single, taking one single out, it's about getting the music together. It's about getting the right song. It's about getting the right musicians together. It's about getting the producer together. It's about getting the recording studio, getting the right engineer, getting the right sound that you want. It is a lot of work. And and that needs to be acknowledged, and
Well,
so
you're already acknowledging it, to all the producers. Mine is Eddie Perez, senior, and all the musicians. And I thank him from the bottom of my
Yep.
heart because, you know what, congratulations to Joey Martinez, who won, the category that I was in, Best New Male Vocalist. But from what I understood, from that, he's been in the industry for a while, and I got that from Bino. Bino told me, and I says I didn't even know who he was, so I looked him up, and lo and behold, Eddie Perez also produces him also as well. So I was like, man, that is amazing, and I was able to. Go to him and congratulate him. He humbled himself and took a picture. The event was amazing for your first time experience. You've got to go. People that
yeah,
have never gone, it's not about the money. And yeah, a lot of people say it's the money, but put aside a little bit, just for this event. Next year is the 45th anniversary. It's going to be huge,
yeah,
huge. So,
it
you
is
know
huge.
what, people, swallow it and go and support your raza. It's a memorabilia thing you can carry with you forever.
Forever. I will never forget this experience. It was awesome.
Gigi.
Maybe we're gonna take it on ourselves to help out DTMA and spread the word. And you know what I was thinking? I didn't know who was gonna perform. Why didn't I know? Maybe I knew when it was gonna be because there was enough advertising for that. But maybe I didn't know who was gonna perform because I
No,
didn't.
it was online.
It was on Facebook.
Yeah, Facebook.
So you
I
had
Maybe that's something you can present, and maybe that's something that someone can put a little bug in their ear and put it out there a little bit more.
Laura Maldonado says she's a natural, like George mentioned, not enough support. And not enough support. There is. Listen, I was here in Edinburgh. They had an event on one weekend that we were there. The previous weekend was packed. The previous weekend was packed at the amphitheater in Edinburgh. I mean, the people were packed in there like rats.
For what?
Well, the performer of the night was Sonora Dinamita.
What's that?
Exactly.
Yeah, that's a good group.
It is. It
Yeah.
is. But see, people don't know. And that's, see, the target
It's almost as
audience.
bad as El Plan or La Plan. I never even heard of them in the Tejano industry.
Oh,
And they won
yeah.
a Grammy
Yeah.
again. So it's
Hi,
like,
Enrique
okay, who
Lario.
is La Plan?
That's why you guys
Never
got
heard
to
of them.
investigate who the plans are.
Well,
Oh my gosh. I forgot. Do I? No, it's not today. Estoy bien norteada. Henry Candelaria, he's from the New Mexico Radio Talk Show. I was like, oh no, do we interview today? No, it's not today. All right. Saludos. It's true because these Sonora Dinamita, long time, they're just a giant
Tropical group.
música tropical. Okay.
Tropical.
That's
Tropical.
Mhm.
is that like Calancho?
Like what's canta algo tropical, Jenny.
Oh,
Algo,
God, algo tropical.
a ver, let's think of something.
Like a genre. It's different.
Like Celia Cruz.
Algo así, like Celia Cruz type of music. You know Celia Cruz? All right, that type of music, like chinelas. I can't think of any songs right now, tropical, but I do listen to it. Anyway, that packed the house. So the people are there. It packed the house. Then we had the next we had Tejano, we had
How many did you have of Tejano?
Los Palominos.
What do you
And
have of
we
Tejano?
actually had the legend, a legend tribute band with Valde Muñoz, Carlos Guzman,
Yeah.
But
uh,
was it packed like rats?
it was not packed like
Okay.
that.
What does that tell
That's why I'm
you?
saying the people are there. The people were there for Tropical, but they weren't there for Tejano. So that's my question. Why not?
Why?
why.
Why? Why
Yeah.
not? Why weren't
Why?
they there?
Yeah.
What is
Could it
going
be the
on?
sound? Could it be the how it gets spread out? Could it be radio stations? Um, could it be what could it be? That's the question, I guess, right now.
Lori says yes. Lori, do you want to come on? I can send you the link. She says yes, but Tejanos don't have the ratings.
There you go.
That
There
is
you go.
Lori. You want me to send you the link? I can send you the link, ma'am.
I like this Lori girl. I don't know who she is, but I guess I met her yesterday, and I apologize by saying that because you know what?
Lori, you were there yesterday. Did I get to meet you, Lori?
Did I get to meet you? I would.
And see,
Are
you know what? A general apology to everybody. I forget everything and everybody from the next day. So even if I know your face, but I don't know your name, or maybe I
They
know your
can see
name, but
you
I
over
don't know
there.
your face.
I know. I
Well,
need my
babe, go over there where she's at.
I need my water.
Distribution is a big problem, and it's not being played. Like right now, there's a lot of, like at KLMO, right in San Antonio, they push the Tejano. Here in the Valley, I think only 102.1 pushes Tejano.
Put it
It's
this way:
not
there's
out there.
probably not enough radio stations because Holland, Michigan, has
You
only
can
one,
be
and
on
they
your
only
phone.
pay it from 7 p.m. to 12 midnight. They don't even play Tejano music as much.
Yeah,
So by having that little open window, they don't play too much Tejano. They have to play Tejano. They have to play salsa. They have to play merengue. They have to play bachata. They have to
yeah,
play bachata, barata, baracha, machata,
yeah,
marata.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah,
So maybe there's not enough. You know,
yeah.
maybe there's just not enough. And like I asked you earlier, Caloncho, if Caloncho were to go, I seen one of his shows. It was like packed all the way. It was like a huge stadium, and it was just mira. And when he came to Milwaukee, also
It's a different
huge.
crowd. Lori Maldonado says back then the awards were awesome with big producers and artists.
But what producers are there out there right now that are huge? You know, what if
We do it without the producers and the.
you know all you have is the artist now? You really don't have those huge. You know, I mean, for me, for the TTMAs, I would have loved to have seen like all those huge like promoters, like that girl just said.
Yeah.
What are they? Can you name at least 5 of the top huge promoters out there?
They're not interested in that. She says some are already gone. They're not interested. Maybe.
Okay, if we're educating our young ones to be artists, we need to educate our young ones to be huge promoters as well and find out what the background, what the history, what does it take to become a great
Oh
promoter.
my God, that's
I
a
mean,
great
that is something that
point.
we need to invest in our own heritage culture and make sure that we try to push that out there so that we can actually be right there with R&B, with country, with
Yeah.
the Latin Grammys, with all that. We want to create something out of nothing, which is epistemology. So we need to really focus on what our goal, mission, vision statement is. And I'll guarantee you the TTMAs probably do have a vision statement and a mission statement. And do we know it? We don't. Maybe we need to do our homework. Maybe we need to do our research and try and become and make ourselves a little bit more assertive at what we need to know so we can promote and make something bigger than what it is and attract more.
Hey,
Less is more. So if you're charging $200-300 for a chair, you're really not going to get the people to go to just sit there and then just watch and then get up and go and that's it. You need to invest a little more for your
Gigi,
raza.
now that you're in that school thing program, maybe instead of just instruments, you should also teach them about media
Yes, that's what I just told George. That's a great
at the
idea.
colleges so
Mm,
that they can open those doors for media promoters or
yeah.
announcers or
Engineers,
Yep.
different
engineers as
things.
well.
Yeah.
Engineers as
Exactly,
well.
because that's all kinds of learning disciplines.
Yes.
I know
Yeah.
in Grand Rapids we have that, but it's because they're rappers. We have a lot of rappers down there, so I was gonna take a class for that in a community college.
Can I
'Cause,
say
yeah.
something?
Yes, man.
Yes, because y'all just haven't given me the chance, and I'm going like, okay, what do I have to do? Get on my hands and knees and pray? I just did that. I just did
We
that.
just we just did that a little while ago. Remember?
Yeah. But
Lauren
anyway,
Maldonado says, I argue that point with artists and promoters. You have to work harder than your promoter. Juan Mendoza Jr. says it's hard for the new industry members, artists, promoters, radio. It's all about the small circle who continue to be on top. They don't invest in the new. That's where internet is taking over, but I think that's not even enough anymore.
Mira, I
Don't
want to
lose
say
hope.
something.
Don't
Juan
lose hope,
has
Juan Mendoza. Don't. You're
again,
going.
Gigi.
and there we
Actívate.
go. Again. I
Juan,
can't. I
you are
can't
so Juan is
my one penny.
Juan is saying a lot of things that make a lot of sense, and he is so right on a lot of things. And I don't mean to come across as pro, but you know what? The God honest truth is there is a lot of circles. There's a lot of politics. There's a lot of things.
Yes.
And I don't want to turn this into a negative, but with that being said, he has a lot of merit in what he says, and he's a very intelligent young man. And
Yes.
and him and his wife, they're a great
They're go
team
Yeah,
getters.
they
and they're
are.
go-getters and they want the best
Number
for
one.
everyone, not
Yeah.
just the
Not,
inner circle. He
yes.
want break that circle and expand and make it more than what it is because like everybody says, everybody envidia this and that. No, let's stay away from that. There's a lot of like what did you say? A pie, there's a lot of pizza or there's a lot of okay?
There's a lot piece of the pie.
Okay,
There's
now you're perfect.
everybody can get a piece of the pie, put it that way.
Yeah. Lori says, but Tejano will never die. The new music has not become household music yet. Well, that's true. And like what
And,
we're trying to do is
and I know why also why that is happening. It's not dying. It's the exposure. And I wanna raise my rating. I'm gonna give it a 10 because when they opened up the show, they honored my brother.
oh my God, that's right. That was so
and,
awesome. I got
and
chills right now.
they showed clippings of his show, and then they had a moment of silence. And to me, I know that meant a lot to him. That I know he's in heaven. And what I'm saying is the exposure when he had the show, groups would go and people would remember them. Now, when they play their music, they don't even say who sang and what song, the name of the song. And before they used to, aquí tenemos a los
Yeah.
palominos con
Yeah.
son de cristal, and now they say, what was the name of the song? I don't know. They didn't say it. but it's the exposure. And if I have the chance before I leave this world, I'm gonna have a show just like my brothers. Of course, a different name. Of course, the name will be the Janie Canales show. But I think that's what we need back for the exposure of this hardworking artists that they do work so hard not to get the recognition.
Yeah,
That is true.
I agree.
That is
I agree.
100% true. And I know Juan Mendoza Jr.'s got something going on either on Roku or something, or
Roku.
he's got some small, the new artists and the videos and all this, and Mas Chingon radio station countdown, and he's got the video 10 top 10 videos. Kudos to him, because I remember when I was with Carisma Band, we were on there for a long time with the group song Chiquita. And you know what? A lot of the new artists that come about, you need to invest your time in Mas Chingon radio station, top 20. You need to invest your time in things like that, because you promote yourself and you get yourself out there, and you're being played, and you're being, exposed to everyone that is watching that. So
Yeah.
there's a lot of stuff out there that's really good, but everybody needs to unite. We are the world, that
Well,
song.
that's why
I've
I.
always said we should have that, and I'm gonna throw it out there because I know I haven't done it and I haven't said it, but we should have artists, new upcoming. You know what? We had the top 5 for best new male artists. ¿Sabes qué? Let's get those top 5. Let's throw and get the top 5 new female artists. Let's grab those 10, and let's grab some of those people that are out there that didn't make it, and make something out of nothing, and
Yeah.
put it out there for everybody to enjoy, and have the icons like Jay Perez, Maz, and Signo, and Stephanie Montiel, and Eli Dalvante, and Shelly Lares, and all these people that are already have been up there, and unite and help that cause, and be the pioneers to say, you know what, I'm gonna backbone these people, and I'm gonna support them, and I'm gonna encourage the young ones to see that this is for everyone, not just for the selective few.
Yes,
And
I agree, and yes, I applaud for you. That is great what you mentioned.
yeah.
I agree, and the good news is I've mentioned our pilot program, our pilot Tejano program, to many artists, and the first thing they say is, "Let me know when you want me to go talk to them." So they are very willing. Patsy Torres, you heard her, Norma. Were you
Yep.
there? Patsy
Yep.
Torres.
Yep. I was
Just
there.
let me know. Just let me know, and I'll go talk to them. No problem. You
Yep.
know, Jesse Turner from Signal. If I'm available, I'll come and talk to them.
Roberto,
Well, huh?
Roberto
Roberto
Pulido.
Pulido.
Roberto Pulido. Roberto Pulido goes all the time. That man, I thank God for that man and his family, because they are 100% backing us up.
Yeah, David Farias wants to do
David
it.
Faria said yeah.
He
I mean,
did.
so the pioneers of the golden era are willing, and even the pioneers from the 60s, the original Tejano pioneers, are willing to come and talk to these new youngsters that are learning Tejano music. So it's it's already in the works, but like it's just one high school right now here in the valley, but hopefully if we make that, because the Guadalupe Vasquez, he's the one who's our vice president. He's the one actually tutoring the students at Tejano music, and he was a musician for a long time with a lot of bands, and he recognizes that the kids have never heard Tejano. The ones in high school, do you know, they hardly even know about Selena. The
Wow.
kids yeah, yeah, yeah. These
Wow.
kids in high school, but you know who they do know? Frontera, Peso Pluma,
Yep.
stuff like that.
But wait a minute, Frontera is from Edinburgh. We cannot be knocking them too because they
I'm
are.
not knocking them. I'm not los primos de Payo are in our Tejano pilot program.
Wow, that's cool.
Yeah, I'm not knocking them. I'm saying that's what they're exposed to, Janie. Es lo que escuchan. They
Yeah.
don't hear Tejano. ¿Dónde están para ellos? Where is it?
Yeah.
Where is it for them? Juan Mendoza says it's rough for us who have Mastering on Radio and Tejano TV with content for everyone, whether from Texas or outside. We work for every artist, whether they know about us or not. But we're very underrated. But that's not going to stop us to work hard for our music. I am a number one fan of Juan Mendoza Jr. Look, I got chills. And Laila Lisa Promotions. And by the way, Giras y Desveladas is one of the shows on Tejano TV.
You got George's video, Juan? I forgot to ask you that. Because if not, we got to get with you.
Lori Maldonado says the new wave, la nueva onda. We need, yeah. And so what, anyway, so what Guadalupe Vasquez is doing over there with the students is he's letting them he's teaching them Tejano, and they want to play, the Peso Pluma, the Grupo Frontera stuff. So he's telling them, this is Tejano. Go ahead and play your Frontera or whatever, Peso Pluma, and then this is your Tejano music. And then he says what they're doing is they're creating something even a little different.
But Peso Pluma is banda. It's not Tejano.
That's what the kids are listening to. That's my point.
That's
Exactly. But what I'm saying with Peso Pluma is just to run around and I don't know.
He says we just added it last week.
Amen. My wife's in it. Okay, I hope you watched it. She's cheating on me, Juan, with a white man with a red hair.
It's my best friends.
Awesome.
Yeah.
But yeah, and so Juan Mendoza Jr. and Laila are doing their part. That's what I loved about them. That
always.
They were not playing, but they do have the classics, which is perfect. That's the perfect marriage of people that are only watching the oldies. Flip one more channel, watch the classics, and then watch the new stuff and see, get exposed to what's out there. That's how I started recognizing other talent out there through Tejano TV. So why not anybody else?
And that's how radio stations should be too, also as well though. But the radio stations only play the same thing over and over and over and over and over, and they're all old. They don't give it the light of day for the new.
I'm gonna pause right there. Now, when we went into the KLMO station,
I'm not talking about KLMO. I'm talking about other radio stations.
They have, I was gonna say, I'm gonna pause you right there. Not all radio stations do that, because when we walked into KLMO, my jaw dropped to the floor and my heart stopped.
Because your dad's song was being played.
Well, my dad's song was being played. I never heard it before.
Well, there you go. How did you know it was your dad?
From that young lady, and that, as a matter of fact, the name of it escapes my mind. I don't know who the girl was, but the fact that it's being played, as if it's today, that stopped my heart. I'm like, my dad is alive through that song, So KLMO at least does that, right? So
I think KLMO does a lot.
KLMO
does a lot.
And thank you,
Taz and Miss Taz,
and
Habo G,
and Stella, and Homer
Lopez. Yes,
appreciate you all. Thank you for opening your doors, and we had a great conversation. Homer.
It was awesome.
Lots of love, caricia.
See, old will never die. No, that's right. If it like my dad's song, that song "Que Más Quieres Corazón," he wrote it in 1974, and here we are in 2024. So, but she had her little twist to it. It's my dad's song. I heard it, but she had her little twist to it with her own little spice in there, and it's updated. So, bring it up again. And, to be fair, the generation of today hasn't heard the songs from the 70s.
No.
Yep.
No way. Juan Mendoza says it depends on who the DJ is. Oh, yeah, on KLM. No. And everywhere, really, right? And Lori says the best decades of music. Thank you. Well, I mean, what can I say? That's when my dad was, its heyday. So, but anyway, so
TTMAs.
Monday?
I go back to TTMAs.
Back to TTMAs. Our hope is that we had a great time. Now Janie has given it a 10, so we're all happy about that. And that's right. That was an awesome tribute to. And so primero they said they were going to do a moment of silence for your brother Johnny Canales, and then they come up with those video clips Oh man, that was so thoughtful of them. That was such a beautiful presentation, and I think it was on point. The honor
It was
that
tastefully done.
yes, very tastefully done, and that they recognized, you know, your brother for everything that he did. There's no way to even give the accolades he deserves because he did so much for esta onda. He
Yeah.
did
And so
so
did Janie, because Janie was behind the scenes with her brother.
Not
yeah.
expecting that
And
was going to happen.
and she's got a song out also as well. So I just want to
She's
share
a
that.
singer. Oh yeah, she was singing last night. We heard those chops. You are
Yeah.
Yeah,
awesome,
that's
ma'am. Yes,
right.
Beautiful voice.
yes,
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
awesome.
What's the
So
name of that song you got out?
Um, Buena Suerte Corazón with mariachi, because there's another Buena Suerte Corazón con conjunto, and I don't want people to get it mixed up. Mine is with mariachi. For
All
those people
right.
that are they're going to criticize me and go like, well, we'll push the other one more. I'm not here to step on nobody's feet. I don't care if they play it or not. I like to sing. And if they receive it, I'm happy and I'm thankful. But I hear a lot of, cutthroats that they're going like, well, you know what? The other group, had this, had that. I don't care. There's a lot of people that report the same song over and over and over. But like I say, I did it because I had it recorded already. I didn't mean to, step on anybody's feet or try to say, well, you know what? I'm going to see who wins on this song. No, there's no way I would ever do that. But just for that person that's been spreading those rumors, get a job and leave this entity because you're not doing a good job.
You're not doing
Woo!
justice
you
for
know
our
the
art.
important thing is, Janie, that you're doing what you love
Yes.
because
Yes.
the love for the music, and at the end of the day, that's what we're all doing.
Yep.
When we follow our passion, that's when we succeed, and even if it's just with ourselves, you
Yeah,
know.
Man,
exactly.
it's a healing process for ourselves.
My own satisfaction. And if I can touch somebody's heart, well, that'll even make it better because I know that I reached out to somebody and they say, you know what, that's a good song. And she's an all right singer. I mean, I never bragged about my brother either. I would never say, well, you know what, I'm Janica, that's his sister. No, no, ma'am, no, sirs. Yeah, it was just, and then they would recognize it. Like last night, I said, you know what? You do look like him. I said, I know. I said that sometimes they would say we were twins.
Yeah, you
And
do look like
see, and
Daniel
that
Garcia says, "Don't worry about them," and it's true. We cannot worry if we worried about people are gonna talk no matter what, whether you're doing great or you're doing awful. Or if you're doing nothing at all, people are gonna talk. People are gonna talk because
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
human nature. That's what they do.
Plus, you gotta have one hater, two hater, three haters. If you
and we
got,
love all the
and we love
haters.
all the haters because
But
We love
that's
haters.
what makes it
if
awesome.
That's
we didn't have haters, we wouldn't be popular because they don't stop talking about us. Right? Right.
and you know what? I give props to these two young ladies
Yes.
because we got educated this weekend. And it was so cool to hear the history with Gigi's father and all his music. But we also got
History.
history with
Yep.
Janie,
Miss Janie
knowing
Canales.
knowledge of songs, uh, people,
You know what? You
you
should add
know.
Juan Mendoza in there. I'm sorry to interrupt, baby. We should get Juan Mendoza on here. You know
Oh, he
why?
called me
Because he.
baby.
Oh,
Oh.
kiss. I called him baby for the first time. Oh, I
Yeah,
call
we've
my
been
baby
going
for
at
the
it, people.
Yes.
This is a real
Adiosito.
marriage. we,
No, I
hey,
would love to
Gigi
have
has
him on.
been with us,
Yes.
and she knows we've been going at
I get Gigi all the time. But kudos to both of you. Seriously, I didn't know nothing about the pioneers and all that and ask questions. And with Janie, I just love Janie because she always encourages and tells us things and just gives us the history behind it. And we're so
We're
like I told them,
blessed.
I'm like a virgin coming into this industry. I don't know
Touch for the very
too
first
much.
time.
No, never been kissed. I never been kissed.
And this is what we talk about. the history of our elders that we don't have, and especially our generation, we're not, and the next generation, they have the knowledge about the whole business. They've been through it, and we're not giving them the space or the platform to explain what we could do to improve our whole Latino music. And you wonder why we run to people that, because we weren't brought up that way. Me and George were not brought up in that kind of environment.
What
So we
Melissa?
run for we
Women
run.
don't cochinos.
And
Details,
you
Juan.
know, and we respect her, because you know what? She's been in and out of all this business. And if anybody's gonna tell you and direct you, and I go, and that goes for Sevi, that goes for Eddie, that goes for, I love Sevi. He's my boy and his wife. I love them to death. Without them giving us the knowledge, wisdom, um, wow, I don't know where we would be. We wouldn't be where we're at. That's for
You
sure.
know what? And that's what we want to transmit. Just like Juan Mendoza and his wife do, they give people the platform. They open up to everybody, and that's what we need to be doing, supporting each other. And I cannot say enough about Juan Mendoza and what he's doing, because and no te agüites, Juan Mendoza Jr. You hang in there, man, because you're doing the right thing. You're giving everybody a platform. You've given me a platform. I was just gonna be on live on Facebook, whatever, but now I'm on Tejano TV, and I'm so proud of that.
Yeah.
And and I went and I approached artists. Hey, I've got my podcast, Giras y Desveladas. And we're on Roku TV, on Tejano TV, and you know and so you're giving me a platform, and with that you're giving Janie a platform, and Norma a platform, and George a platform. And that's what we need. We need to be helping each other out. That's the only way we're gonna get somewhere. Again, it's Danielle says it's good to know some of the history about the artist, and it's going on, and we what it's good to
And
know.
Daniel, because we talk a lot.
It's good to know the history about the artist. I don't know why I can't see all of it, but
All of it. Nice.
And that's the good thing, that when we get wisdom, we get smarter. And they also get wiser, because they don't just keep it to themselves. They'll go ask questions from other wiser people, and we keep on trickling that back down. We're going to get a lot smarter and be not where we're at right now. We probably get better as
yeah,
um,
as a genre, as a
genre, as musicians, as artists, as actors that are coming into the business of music and art, of being actors,
oh, wow.
things
One
like
minute
that.
says, "Oh no, we're still kicking." A beep. We're bringing that old show. It's Tejano time to what's that? Look,
Bring that man on.
I
Bring that man
know.
on. Come on, Juan.
You
Get
need to
on
just
here. We need you on here, young man.
Yes, come on, Juan Mendoza.
Come on, Juan. I
Roll,
know.
roll those
We
dices,
don't care.
boy.
We don't care if
Roll.
you're in your boxers or
A
your
million to
Daisy Dukes.
Juan.
You get on.
It's a million to Juan.
Juan Mendoza.
Yeah, he helped us with some technical difficulties the other week.
I know.
Thank you so much.
Oh, I love technical difficulties. That's my jam. He said, "Give me a few minutes." He's
Good.
probably in his wife beater like George was. In his
Oh, let me tell you, I wear it all the time religiously. You women know that.
No, but I think really that's what we need to do. I think what we're doing here is and maybe I'm being ignorant and maybe I'm being idealistic, but I really think we can help each other up. I mean, the golden era of Tejano during the Selena era, it couldn't have been just a one-time thing. And if that was the golden era of the Selena time, what about in the 60s and 70s when my dad, when your brother, cuando andaba tocando, when he was a musician, not when he had the show, when he was a musician, weren't they traveling all over the United States, Janie?
Yes.
They were traveling all over the United States.
Uh-huh.
They were hi Mary Lou. they were traveling all over the United States. So that was the heyday. Maybe it comes in waves. Maybe it's time for it. It was at a lull, and maybe it's time for, it's a roller coaster. It's time for it to come up again. I don't know, but I know that we all need to help each other out. And I know, like y'all say, there's clicas and stuff like that, but that doesn't help, that doesn't help. And like I've mentioned it before, there's other cultures that they all get together and they see out who needs help, and they help each other out. Who needs help, and they help each other out. Who's needing this, who's needing that, and they literally just, with money, or with like, oh, and I need help building my house, everybody, let's all go build his house. Oh, we need money, let's all get a money together and give it to me, so and so. Así. Y nuestra raza no es así, but we need to do it. I think we need to help each other out, because this music is a genre, but it's not just a genre. It identifies us.
Yes.
We are the only ones que podemos hablar español and talk in English, y ustedes saben lo que dije.
They want
Okay,
George.
switch it. ¿Y qué es lo que dijiste? Porque yo no sé lo que estás hablando.
You know what I said.
¿Por qué? Pues si vas a hablar en español, entonces habla en español. No me hables en inglés.
We can code switch.
I'm just joking.
That's my point. That's my point. We can code switch,
Daniel Garcia, I'm telling them that you can hear George sing.
I asked
And
George.
No, it's not about Georgie singing. It's about this talk show about the TTMAs. Daniel.
You can look up George. You're on YouTube, right, George? YouTube.
Yes, always. Daniel is a huge supporter. He's like one of my brothers from another mother. He is one of the best of the best, Daniel Garcia.
And thank you
if you don't know him, look him
always
up.
On our show. Thank you very much for supporting us, Damian.
And this is his sister over here, because they're the same. Hijo su.
Mary Lou says new kids need to be brought out. They need the attention. Yeah. See, here's the new thing, and this is what I mentioned. How are kids listening now? They don't listen to the radio. Who listens to the radio? Do any of you know any young kids that listen to the radio?
They have they have a
phone. They
watch
TikTok. They watch YouTube. That's the stuff that they watch. That's the stuff that they hear. So we need to get, it's like you said, and like you said, George, teach them. They already know their media. They already know their stuff. How did Grupo Frontera explode? Y'all know? It was from one TikTok.
Yep.
One TikTok went viral and they exploded. So,
hey, Juan, I got a question for you. Now that you're saying that, a TikTok. Okay, generation. I've talked to a lot of elders. There's some elders that they're savvy with the computer. They're savvy with the emails. They're savvy with all this TikTok. What is it?
The elders?
Yeah.
They're savvy with it? I know about it? Oh.
Some. Because I've talked to many that they don't know how to get into our system of phones. They get frustrated.
Exactly.
We got to make it easy for this generation of our elderlies, because even me, I'm not perfect at these phone things. I don't know how to do TikTok. I don't know how to Snapchat. I don't know how to do any of those things.
I don't know how to do Snapchat. That's too complicated for me.
Well, maybe we should come up with a iPad just for Tejanos.
Elder
have
TV.
It bilingual.
Elder TV.
The Elder TV.
Oh, I remember that.
Hey! Wow. Man of the hour.
Woo-hoo.
There you go.
There
you go.
Sorry,
Where's
Lila.
Where's
Sorry,
Lila? Get Lila on there too, dude.
She's all right. She wasn't feeling all that great, so she was taking a nap for a little bit.
Oh man.
She's like, I didn't let him go get on your show.
I gotta fix my camera. My camera's freezing over here. I don't know why.
All
so
right.
I'm trying to get another one, but I can still hear you and talking at the same time.
Yeah.
So.
You got it.
I think that's the biggest question that we have, and that's why, and mainly maybe that's why there wasn't that many people at the TTMAs, because there's not we need the new crowd to come in. We need the newer kids to crowd up in there, and
no, we need all. We
Oh,
can't just
yeah.
say just the young. We need everyone.
I'll
Well,
guarantee you, if they had Peso Pluma perform there or Frontera perform there, I'll guarantee you that place would have been packed.
Oh yeah,
that's my
yeah.
Oh yeah,
point.
they would have
They
had a
have to be
lot
in
more,
that
but
level.
we're just trying to cater to a different audience right now at this point.
Yep.
And
Yep.
Mary Lou says, my dad knew more than I did on phone and computer. That's true.
trying
My
to get
dad, but,
trying to get my camera.
You
but,
got it. You take your time. You
but
take your
Papi was
time,
very
man.
smart, Mary Lou. But my dad was a very brilliant guy.
Well, yeah. As
It's
you
a
guys,
privilege having you on. Thank you.
There you go, Juan Mendoza.
There you go. Míralo, hijo de su.
Oh, okay. Thank you. There we go.
Got
Yeah.
that beard
What's up?
going.
What's up? Yeah, sorry. Yeah, we yeah, sorry we couldn't make it yesterday. Things have been going by real fast this year, and it's like, damn, we're already
No
headed
worries.
into December, and by the time we knew about it, man, we weren't even prepared for anything. So we were
No
like,
worries.
we were talking about it the other day, and we're like, should we still go? We're like, man, we haven't got nothing ready. I haven't got a suit. Lila didn't get a dress. She didn't get her hair done. Nothing like that sort. So we're like, okay, we're just gonna go ahead and skip it this year. I mean, usually we go every year, anyways.
And
But
we
watched
came
some
all
of
the way
it.
from Michigan just to see Juan Chin.
Juan, do you know Janie? Janie, do you know Juan Mendoza?
No.
Yeah,
Jane, Juan, this
We've-
is Janie
well,
Canales, hermana de Johnny Canales.
we've met a
Okay.
few times at some of the events. I think we met at the Pura Vida Awards. You were there.
No, not that one, mijo. I think we met on that meet and greet.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
the
right.
Where's
At
Janie?
Yeah.
Janie's record shop. I think it was at Janie's.
She's having problems. getting
Right,
through.
right.
Okay, there was one at Janie's, and then there was the other one at the Internet Radio Gala.
They're gonna
Yes.
help her get back on because I think something's up. with
She's
her.
on.
George,
It's on.
We can't see her.
George of the jungle. Come help me.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So we were saying, I mean, it was great. Now Janie went from a 5 to an 8 to a 10 on the radio.
Dang. Hey, but look it. That's the way to not change, but give her. Everybody has a right to vote on whoever they want to vote on, and that was your right to go support your people who you wanted to win or lose, whatever, because everybody's a winner. But to go support your artist, it was your choice, and it was beautiful to see that.
Let me go see.
We
if we
have a
can-
lot. Sometimes we have a lot. Why did you know what? A lot of people looked at me and George when they announced the winner, and me and George came out saying, "Congrats!" Handshakes for them, claps for them, because you know what? It doesn't matter who wins. It's that you were nominated, you accomplished your goals, and we're happy.
And
One
you're
day,
all wieners.
yeah. And you guys,
Well-
one day, everybody will have their day. It might have not been that day.
Well, it's not only the people that need to support the artists; it's the artists that need to support the people too. The artists need to support each other. The artists need to support the
Amen.
industry. The industry people themselves, like all these award shows, they all need to support the people, the industry, the artists themselves. They can't just stick to the same little group that and I see it. This award show
I
has
agree
this
with
group.
you.
This award show has this group. This award show has this group.
Yep.
They need to bring in everybody. That's the point, and that's the reason why a lot of this stuff fails. And it's not a failure. It's just the fact that back in the 90s, back in the early 2000s, there was a lot of people that showed up to these shows willing to get their hands on these people because they were untouchable at the time. There was no social media, there
Yep.
was no Facebook, Instagram, none of that stuff. Now we're kind of more readily available now because stuff like this, so I mean, you're able to get to know the artist one-on-one by just doing these shows and stuff. But I think these award shows, these radio stations, these radio shows, they need to support the people. They need to see what these people want to hear, because there's a lot of great talent out there, man, that comes out. I mean, you've seen Gabriela Martinez. She won 2 awards last night, and she was a Grammy nominee too. Of course, she didn't win the category, but she's doing a lot of great things, and not only Tejano, she's doing Soldies as well. I mean, you see the other artists that are coming out from everywhere, from the Midwest, from New Mexico, Arizona, California, even some of the Tejanos that are in Mexico that are doing great things. And we have 3 of them on our countdown right now that are just kicking ass. It sounds like real Tejano should be.
Yep.
But these are the artists that don't get a chance to get heard out here. and anywhere really. Houston's got their own set of artists that they're constantly playing, and there's a lot of conjunto, unless you're from the 90s. San Antonio has been the same way. Down in the valley, they got their certain artists that they play too, because it's just it's a circle, but we need to break that barrier and have showcase everybody. It's like guys like Johnny Canales and Aquel Rogelio, them shows back in the 90s, 80s. They brought in everybody from all over the place. Even Johnny Canales went norteño and started bringing norteño bands, from Los Cadetes and Relámpagos and Ramon Ayala and all these other bands that were coming out, because he branched off and brought all these other bands in to this industry. So
Yes.
And this is why we need Juan Mendoza to come on and to talk about the history, just like Gigi, just like Janie, and my wife, because she grew up with it.
Right.
Me, I didn't grow up with any of this, and man, you guys educate me. And educate those that are listening. This is what we need, because those that don't know, we need to hear this. We need to know how to be an impact in our own culture when we were never taught that.
Yeah. Well, and that goes back to the history of, the American system wants to make sure that we all become Americans and good American citizens, but we end up forgetting our own culture. Everything okay?
Yes.
We end up forgetting our own culture, and denying our culture, denying our roots, because it's not taught in the schools. The schools don't teach us that we were here already. The school doesn't teach us that the borders crossed us. The school doesn't teach us that. The school doesn't teach us that Tejano music is solely ours and that it started from conjunto in Mexico. That is not even taught. So they don't even know. So what we are, Chicanos, Americans of Mexican descent, we're whited out. We're whited out. And our kids don't even know the language now. So music is the only thing we have left to hang on to represent our culture, really. And we're not gringos. I'm not a gringa.
Well, yeah, in a way it's hard nowadays, because all you see on TV is pop music, hip hop music, the new country. I'm not going to say country, it's the new country.
Yeah.
Because there's a big difference between, George Strait and what's being played now. So that's why I said the new country, and then all the Latin music that's, came over, the reggaeton, the banda, all the other stuff that's coming over this way.
Yeah.
That's the new normal. And we just haven't found a way to cross that barrier yet. And it's very hard, because all these other genres, they're coming out with new stuff. And it's very hard for us to come out with new stuff when we're playing the same stuff over and over. We're singing the same stuff over and over. And no matter how many times you sing that same song, they're always going to revert to the original one. Like, for instance, your dad. No matter how many times somebody sings Ya Te Vi, it's always going to end up going back to Juan Guerrero, or it's going to go to Elsa Garcia. No matter how many times somebody sings that song, it's always going to revert back to those same two groups who made that song to what it is. Yeah. But no matter how many times you sing Rey and stuff like that, no offense to the artists that do sing it, but they're always going to revert back to the original. We need to come out with a fresh sound, a fresh look.
You're right. My dad said that at the awards ceremony, the Tejano Roots Hall of Fame, when we got inducted. He said, bring something new, write new music, stop recording the same songs over and over and over again. And I thought, no, papi, don't say that, because we're getting royalties from your TV. But he was right. He was right. Because if all the bands, and they do it, I don't know why they do it. Juan Mendoza, why do they do it? Why do they record Coco Rayado for the 10 millionth time? Why? Why do they record?
I don't have an answer for that. It's just they just want to put out the song because it was popular and they want to put their voice to it. I really don't know, or maybe it's just a favorite.
It's a guarantee, right? It's a guarantee.
It could be a guarantee. It just could be a filler. They have 8 songs that maybe they can guarantee or almost guarantee that it's going to come out somewhere, and they just use that last song as a filler. So they need something just to complete that album. I really don't have an answer for that. Especially as
Yeah.
an artist, I don't have an answer for that. I'm not
Yeah.
an artist, so I don't have an answer for that. But
Yeah, but I don't
this
know
is what I
why.
hear from other people.
Yeah,
Why,
you're
Jamie?
right,
Why
Juan.
why do artists right now, right now they're in the studio right now recording Coco Rayado for the 10 millionth time? Why do they El Rey? Why do they record El Rey for the gajillionth time? Why do they do that?
I I could explain that. The Rey, our granddaughter, never she's half Anglo, half Mexicano. When she ended up seeing the movie El Rey, because I kept on telling my son, which I wanted him to see it because he's my oldest son, and I wanted him to always remember we're Mexicanos, you're Chicanos, whatever you want to call us. um, I wanted him to see it, and a lot of our history is in that. Why we were the way we are, and being him a military, I had to have him see that. I don't want him to ever forget that we're Mexicanos or Latinos, Chicanos, whatever. Um, so he ended up watching it with his whole family, not knowing it was touching my youngest granddaughter's heart. And she called right away and told her dad, Grandpa, have you seen the Rey? And we hadn't seen it yet. I had
I
seen
haven't
it,
seen it.
but George hadn't. And he goes, no. She goes, Grandpa, you gotta see it. What's wrong with you? This reminds me of you. And he ended up seeing the movie, and that's the reason why. I mean, it takes
Well,
a
see,
movement of one child to make that
yeah.
movie.
Well, see, those are reasons why people that like I don't know that story. Those are some of the reasons why people end up recording the covers because it means that to them, whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like I said,
I think
it's
it
it's
also
ve-
Vicente Fernandez. I mean, he laid it out there, and there has been nobody that can, come close to that. But I think that's why they sing it because it's a beautiful song, and it goes back to the original singer that, not the original because Jose Alfredo Jimenez wrote it
yeah,
and he sang. But Vicente, like, I put it out there, like, wow,
yeah. He had a lot of those songs were from
yes,
Jose Alfredo Jimenez. A lot of those
yes,
songs that Vicente Fernandez did, and a lot of other artists did. But they're the ones that made it famous. Like Vicente Fernandez, he took all them songs, made it famous.
yeah,
Cornelio Reina did the same thing, took a lot of those songs, and of course he wrote a lot of songs too. And a lot of those songs, Ramon Ayala and Los Relámpagos and Los Bravos del Norte, made
hmm,
famous because he was the one that wrote those songs.
And
So
if you think about the Rey, it's meaningful. It means power. The
it's part
man
of it's
is
part
the
of our
power
culture.
of the family. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And to them, that's what they see.
I want to sing Reina.
But nowadays it's difficult for an artist to make it hit with those songs, and that's what I was gonna get at earlier. I was like, people, artists, they spend their money making these songs and making these albums. It costs, I'm sure aware, over $10,000 to make an album or whatever, because you got studio time, you got artists, you got producers, and stuff like that. So you're spending your money making these songs, and if you're recording a cover, it's very hard to make it with that cover because they're always going to revert back to the original, no matter what. An artist sings Volver, Volver. Who made that famous also? Vicente Fernandez. You go out into a party, want to get drunk or whatever, and you take your pick. Which artist do you want to listen to more of that song? Vicente Fernandez. So you're kind of wasting your money doing that at the same time. I understand if it's meaningful, but if you're doing it as a business and you're putting music out there, it's hard to do those covers because they're always going to revert back to the original, like they do Un Puño de Tierra. Very handful of people can actually pull that off, but Ramon Ayala did it. So they're always going to revert back to them unless you go to Albert Zamora, who also did that song, and he did it a little bit faster. They're going to revert back to those songs. So it's very hard for people nowadays to do those covers, and sometimes you're just spending your money on something that's really not going to hit. We need that original sound. We need some more anthems. Honestly, I think we need some more anthems. We need more Coco Reals, Puño de Tierra. We need
But
was
new ones, like,
yeah.
and if you think about it, Frontera didn't do any of those covers, and they exploded.
Yeah.
Why can't we have a Tejana artist that doesn't have to revert to, same old, and have that? I don't know. What do we need? I, me, as I think all of us want this genre to pick up, but we don't know qué es lo que falta. What does it need? What is missing? What's the spice that's missing in our carne guisada? What is it? ¿Qué es lo que falta?
Sorry, I heard some noise outside. I don't know. We like I said, we just there's plenty of writers in this industry. Find you a writer to write you a hit. There's plenty. There's Humberto Beto Ramon.
Yeah.
There's Juanita Chapa. There's Juan Trevino from Houston. All these artists, they have hits out. Rene de la Cerda. They're writers. They're actual writers, and they give music to people. Well, not give, but of course they sell music to people, or you record that song. But I mean, there's plenty of people out there to write, and you just need an anthem, one that's gonna bring people together and on the dance floor and have a good time, or make you you have memories, build some memories on that song or something like that, like we did back in the '90s. Desvelado, Cocorreado, Corazón de Cristal, all those songs that were number ones. So there's plenty of writers. You need to find someone who actually can write and bring a hit.
Yeah, but and even if there's some really good songs out there, pero I mean, I know you're doing your darndest with Tejano TV, pushing it. ¿Qué
Amen.
más? I mean, what else can we do? We're trying with our little podcast. We're trying to, push the artists. This tomorrow, as a matter of fact,
that's all we can do. That's all we can do is try. I mean,
Yeah.
every video that comes out, we get a lot of people like, have you played our video like you guys did earlier? Did you get the video? Yeah, we played it. I mean, we haven't had time, to actually exploit it because, we've been all over the place right now with this stuff
No
going
worries,
on.
Juan. No worries.
No. But I mean, it's out there, and it's kind of a headache in a way because I have to do so many videos, so many channels, and I got to make sure everything is right by the second. So I mean, it's kind of difficult. But no, I mean, we try to bring as many videos as we can. We're always trying to. That's why sometimes we put out posts. Any new videos came out, and yeah, someone posts, and someone we already had, and I told me, okay, we already have it. So and then we start adding it to our countdown so people can go and vote. But we have these things so that way people can see that there's more music than what you hear on the radio. What you hear on the radio, you hear the same 10 songs over and over for the next 6 months until they finally bring in a new batch or implement new and take out some or whatever. Because we do it on Mas Chingon Radio. We have the songs in there for about 8-9 months, whatever, and then we start the older ones. We start kind of gradually moving them back, and then bring all the new stuff out. So we do it with the videos, and I've gotten a lot of compliments out there that say, "Yeah, damn, I haven't heard that song, or I haven't seen that video, I haven't heard of that artist." So it's like we're trying to bring more stuff so you guys can see.
Yeah.
We want, we have so many videos, 24 hours worth of videos on there, and so many channels, and you can see all these podcasts with different artists talking about themselves. Oh, and I was talking about earlier was it's Tejano Time. There was a show back in the '90s. I think he started in the '90s. Jerry Avila. He did a show, of course, doing some concerts and bringing out some music videos, or the original music videos. And so he had a program called It's Tejano Time. So people will go there. Hey, what time is it? It's Tejano Time, and then they bring out the video. So he's gonna send me a bunch of old school videos that he has from back in the '90s and maybe the '80s, and a bunch of concerts and a bunch of shows that he had from his program. And he says, "You want to put your logo all over whatever?" I said, "No, I want to leave it the way it is. You're gonna get the credit because it's your video." So, but we want to bring that stuff because there's a lot of things on there that we don't have, that we didn't have already. So that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to bring a big variety. That's why we have Tejano TV, which is all the new stuff. Tejano Classic TV, which is all the old school stuff.
Man, that Tejano Classic show, I swear, I've been even thinking about it. I'm going to have the students that are doing Tejano right now in Edinburgh, assign them to watch that show so they can really understand the classics, where it all came from. Because, man, you have it all there.
there's a lot of stuff from like the 70s, early 80s, like Los Chachos and Pio Trevino and all that
Como
tough band
este-
and back in the day and stuff. And a lot of them do feature, Johnny Canales, because a lot of them did come from his show. There wasn't a lot of music, real actual music videos back in the day. So a lot of them were being watched on the Johnny Canales show every Sunday. So a lot of those videos that are getting played were from that show and Ake Rogelio. And then, of course, there was some actual music videos later on in time. But that's where a lot of the videos that we have on there came from, was from Johnny Canales, because he was the one that brought these shows what they are, made a lot of these artists what they were, like you watch the Selena series. He helped to build that,
Yeah.
and then, of course, a lot of other artists that came through, David Lee, Emilio, and they were brought on from them shows and stuff. So, but yeah, it features a lot of different stuff on there. The classics. We got a lot of videos on there.
Yeah. Yes, Norma.
We gotta go, girlfriend.
No,
Yeah, we gotta go
Tiger
too.
Maze.
We
Tiger
were
Maze.
planning to be on for 15 minutes. It turned into 2 hours. So
It's a good
Who do
show.
you
Uh,
who do you have tomorrow? You can bring-
Get on.
Who do you have
Oh,
tomorrow?
wait. Somebody wants to get on the.
Tiger Maze was asking if he could get on with you guys and talk a little
Ooh,
bit.
this is gonna be a 3-hour show now.
yeah.
Okay, we'll save the music.
You see
Wow.
that's what D. Burleson says every week. Once Mexicanos start talking, they won't shut up.
But you know what? It's important. It's smart talk. It's not like rhetorical questions.
No. It's good.
This is education. This is stuff that we
Well,
need.
look at you're getting information from 4 different generations. The 60s, because I'll be 60. The 70s people. I don't know how old you are, Juan. Gigi.
One's like 39.
What are you,
46.
Gigi?
What?
Man,
Míralo.
young puppy. 40s. You, Gigi.
I'm 55.
I'm 57. I'm the oldest.
Sweet. Okay, so you got from
No,
the
I'm not. She is.
40s to the 70s. I'm gonna say. I mean, that's a lot of knowledge for. Look at Juan. Look at how far you've come, Juan. From all the years that you've been doing this, all that wisdom, and people need to hear this, and they need to listen.
And
They need
Juan,
to pay attention.
and Juan, when I met you back in the Charisma band era, what year was that? What did you start out, or were you already into it?
No, I've been in this thing since 2003. So I mean, it's been a while. Yeah, I mean, I started off with AM radio back in the day, and college radio, and then I took a break because I was working so much, and until about 2012 I got into internet radio and been in there ever since. So I mean, it's been a while. We've been in there for a while.
Yeah, 'cause I was with them for a long time, 8-9 years before I went solo. So yeah, I remember talking to you on the phone too. Back in the day.
I know we did a couple of interviews when you were with Charisma, and then I think when you went solo. I can't remember when it was. I think it was probably like 2019 or 2020 or something. Yeah, 2020 when that video came out.
Yes. Yeah, definitely. And may Willie rest in peace. Sorry to bring it up. I just wanted the history on when you were on it there for a while, when you started off, and your history on how you became, And Gigi, you should interview Juan. I think I'll get it. You have?
We did before. We have a
Yeah, we need to rehash that.
It's on Tejano TV. It's on Tejano TV.
Okay. I definitely want to watch
Daniel
that.
Garcia says he's 64, so I don't know. I guess he wins.
64.
Hey, so where is Tiger Maze? I can send him the link. I need his phone number though.
Oh, then no, I don't have his phone number. It's just on Messenger.
It's on Messenger.
Well, I can send it to Messenger.
Send them the same link you guys have on Messenger.
Yeah.
Just the link you got to get on. Just share it with him.
Pass it to him.
I can't do it on my phone.
Yeah, you can share it on Messenger.
I sent it to Norma, who's on Norma's
phone. You
phone.
sent it to my phone too. Okay, keep talking. I'll figure it out.
Yeah, he's gonna send it.
Both of you guys' phone.
Paste it and send it.
Yeah. So, I mean, really, this is a big question for me. It's a big learning experience, and it was my first time going to TTMA. My dad went when we were nominated for Album of the Year in 2014, when the last Chicano album recorded with Hacienda Records. But I didn't go, and I regret that big time. I regret that I didn't go with my dad. Um, so this was my first time, and it was a great experience. Um, but I just wanted it to be. I'm not saying I was disappointed, because I would give it a 10 just like Janie, but I wanted more. I wanted to be more people there, or maybe I got the wrong experience. I don't know. Maybe I don't know. I expected more
I'll say
people
this
there.
freely. I'll say this freely, and I'm always getting in trouble for speaking freely anyway. But
Foolish.
especially with TTMA, I've I've had my moments with them anyways, but I'll continue to do it anyway. But it was kind of last minute planned. They should have done this a long time ago. And I'm speaking like for media part two. Everything was done at the last minute. We barely found out that we can actually register for media about a week ago, and I didn't even know because nobody said anything. And then with the red
Was that
carpet, we had Maritza, who is our artist, and we were trying to get her to the red carpet that way she can walk. And her husband wasn't allowed back there at the moment or something like that. So I was trying to contact them,
What?
tell them, hey, her husband's part of the registration and stuff. So no, but they let him back there afterwards. I don't know if it was my call or they just
He was sitting
didn't
next to
look
us
right
in
on
the
the list or
table.
whatever. But yeah,
Can I say
she's our
something?
our artist and stuff. So go ahead.
And I agree with you. There was a lot of confusion on the application, because it took three of us
It,
trying to figure out that application. So I mean,
and I
between
think
George,
I think with
Angie,
the
and
I think the
me,
media I think the media part is a big headache. They need to move it somewhere else to where the the people that are sitting out there in the seats can actually visit with the radio stations and stuff. And I get it on their part because this happened last year, like I was saying in the chat. Last year it was back there, but people use that to their advantage to go see the show. A lot of the people signed up for media and okay, and that thought that was their ticket to go in there to go see the show, which it wasn't. So you had to buy a separate ticket if you want to keep going back and forth. So that was the reason why they secluded it. But I think they need to leave it open so that way people of the public, can go out there and visit with their favorite station, say, man, you guys are doing awesome or something like that, not
Because
just
they're the ones that
secluded.
are pushing the artists.
Yeah.
Because they're the ones that are pushing the artists.
So that's what I was thinking. They should have moved it to the front where people are walking in or something,
Yeah.
right?
and
I agree
and
with
people,
you on that.
no matter who it is, they can go there and visit. I know I'm not going to compare the two, but I know like we did the Pura Vida Awards this couple months ago. They had it out in the front, and of course some of us were in the back, but the audience was actually able to walk around and go visit and stuff, and back people too. They were actually able to go back there and go visit some of the stations. But I think they need to have it that way to leave it open. But like I said, some people of the media use that to their advantage to go watch the show, and that's not a good thing because then there's nobody there to do interviews and take
Yeah,
pictures or anything back there
it was
either. So I mean,
weird, and
it's
it was way in the back, and the door was closed. And even after you opened the door, it was like a hallway, and then another
at
hallway.
least
And
at least they
then
had a at least they had a TV back there this time. Last
they
time they
did.
didn't have one. Last
Right.
time they didn't have one, and it was just us and Hermes right across from us. That was it. That was back there, and
Wow.
the door was closed. There was no TV. There was no we didn't know what was going on over there. And then a couple artists, walked back there, but we were like, we didn't get not one interview the whole night. So we packed up our stuff. We already had a ticket, so we ended up just going over there and just watching the rest of the show because it was just a waste of time taking all of our stuff.
Yeah,
It's
that's
stuff like
what
that
last
needs to be
night.
better planned.
That's another thing. There
Yeah,
should have been like an
last
escort.
night that
Okay,
happened.
as soon as you receive your award, you need to be escorted to the media room or whatever.
It
And that
used to be like that. It used to be like that. I don't know what happened. I know before when they did that at the Henry B. Gonzalez over there in San Antonio, the artists would get off and they would go to the media room to go get interviewed, and they would be on the little stage and give their thanks there because there was other people filming them, and meet and greet with all the stations, and then go off and go about their business. But now I don't know what happened, why they changed it or why they stopped doing that.
No disrespect, Bino. We're just trying to help you to make it a lot.
Oh,
You
Bino
know,
knows.
we're
Bino
just
knows
giving our
already.
advice as a consumer
Yeah,
because we're
yeah,
consumers
yeah.
and we
Bino
just
knows.
want to
I
make
tell
it a
him.
better experience for everybody.
Yeah,
So
Bino
we're
knows.
just
I talked to him quite a bit, and I give him a piece, my peace of mind, what I'm thinking and stuff, and he understands because we've already been through this so many times, and we've headbutted so many times. We didn't even talk for a couple of years because of that stuff. So I mean, it's
But
just
one, do they
I
have
have to
a
be
TTMA committee? Do they have a TTMA committee where they sit down, discuss, and strategize and get?
as far as I know they do. It's just the two owners, Robert
Oh,
and
really?
yeah, Robert and Frank and Bino and Felix and them. I think that's the only guys on the committee. I don't know if they have any more people as far as an actual committee goes, but as far as I know, they're the only ones that are coordinating everything.
Okay. Wow.
okay.
So,
Well, that's
but
food
I mean,
for thought.
overall, but I mean, overall, I mean, still applaud them for the shows and stuff, and everybody getting nominated. They're still continuing on. We just need to find a way to branch this thing out and stuff.
Yeah, just some things that need to be tweaked,
I
right?
know.
Room for improvement.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Because the show was good. The show was well organized. What
Thank
was
you,
going
Mom.
on stage was well organized.
Got it with your hand.
The video was well
yeah.
organized. They had the video in the back, so that was good.
And I understand it's a headache. It's a headache to put on these shows because, like I
Yeah.
said, when we did the Pura Vida Awards, it was a nightmare. It was a nightmare doing that, and it was very hectic being where we had to be and the stuff that they had to do too. Uh, it was a lot. So I mean, I can understand, and I was put in charge of the vote count and all that other stuff with that award show, and that was a nightmare in itself, having to deal with all the people filling out the ballots and everything else, and having to research and putting the people in the ballot, the forms, find out who actually came out with music, who actually came out with full albums, who came out with singles and all the
Oh, yeah.
videos and put in the
EPs.
categories.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was a nightmare trying to figure that out on itself,
Wow.
and then having to go through all the ballots and find out the winners, and then sending them into the trophy people. So I mean, it's a lot, and I can understand for them it's a lot of stuff to go through, but it's just things that need to be fixed a little bit. As far for like media, for artists, and
Yep.
the fans. The
Yep.
fans, you got to give them a show because they're the ones that are paying them $100 seats, for the tables to want to
Yep.
go there and enjoy themselves. So
That's
Yeah.
what we were talking about. Because I mean, like I said, we as consumers, the Dutch in me, because I'm
He's
Mexican
from Holland.
Dutch. I'm Mexican Dutch. I wasn't born in Texas, people.
I was Edinburgh
It
all the
was.
way. Edinburgh. Blue.
Our
what
always been the
956.
That's
Yep.
right.
consumer.
Go Bobcats. 85. Woo!
But as a consumer, the price was steep,
Very much
and then
so.
when you pay for plane ticket, I didn't pay for a hotel. Thank God that Jenny shacked
Canales
us up
opened her house,
in a house. But food, stuff like that, it does cost. And there's people that are coming out of different areas just to come and see this. I know that they have to pay for lightings, instruments, setup,
The awards itself.
just the hall. We've done stuff like that. We used to do things like that, so we know
Yeah.
the cost. But
Well,
man,
even for us that live here in Texas, it's quite a bit too. You pay for you pay for your ticket. You got to pay for your hotel room, and you're already paying for it to get dressed. And like women, of course, you got to pay for their nails, their hair,
Nails,
outfits, and makeup,
Hair
and
done, nail done,
shoes, and
everything.
everything else that goes along with it. Us guys, we just get a suit, make sure our hair's cut,
Yep.
and we're good to go. Okay, but then you got to pay for the room and food and drinks and whatever else that goes along with it. So I mean, it's especially like fanfare time. We got to pay for four days of rooms and food and drinks on top of that, and you're out walking
We will
around.
be here next year, buddy. We will be here next year, so you better be at fanfare.
We're always there. We do the after parties. Heine's
It'll be
place.
our first time.
we've never done it.
We've never done
fanfare
it.
either.
No, yeah.
No.
I know for a fact that they're already planning on it. Not the fanfare itself part, but I know a lot of the after parties they're planning stuff already. So I know it's March 15th. Vic Gonzalez, he has the Internet Radio Gala every single year. It's always the first day of fanfare, the Thursday, and
The
he has it
13th.
at Mi Mercado Flea Market, the Thursday.
The
He's already
13th.
planning on it. The 13th? Okay, the 13th.
Yeah, the 13th is Thursday.
Thursday, okay. So he has it planned already, Mi Mercado Flea Market, March 13th. And it's an Internet Radio Gala. Every year they have it, and it's for all the internet radio stations and media, and not only internet radio, but it was predominantly for them. But you have Calamo that go in there, and 102.1 down in the valley, they come out. So yeah, all the radio stations get together for one night, and they interview all the artists that come through. Any artist that wants to come through, they interview everybody. So I mean, we're busy that night, and then after parties, we're at Jaime's place because me and our DJs we're DJing out there at Jaime's place, and they have a packed house every single night.
What
Awesome
is
music.
What is Jaime's?
Was that Jaime's place for
Is
last
that where they
night
had
too
that-
for
I
TTMA?
think so.
That's where they went last night. Yes, Jaime's place is an awesome little. It's an outdoor place.
Norma.
I know I
Yeah.
had heard too.
Yeah, it's a nice place. It's like they have like a food stand right here. That's Jaime's place. Right next door is where La 45 records their music. La 45 headquarters.
Love
So have
them,
you ever heard of
hands
like
down.
So-
Awesome artists. Awesome artists. They
Yes,
are
so
good.
they're good friends of ours, and they're the ones that actually bring us out there every single year. We've been out there. This will be actually, I think, our 4th or 5th year now doing this. The after parties, and they bring everybody out there, man. They bring Ramirera, they bring David Mares, they bring Ruben Ramos, Los Chamacos, Tex Maniacs. They bring everybody out there for those after party shows and stuff. So that's a great place to be at. It's covered. It's I know the past couple of years we got rained out, but they still played through the rain, and that was some fun stuff. And if you're looking for something after fanfare, that's the place to go hit up. It's Jaime's place, and it's a great environment. It's fun to be there. So
Okay. Sweet. Thank you for
and
that.
it's not too far away from Market Square. Just cross over 30. What is it? 35 onto the other side and go down the street Commerce, and you'll see it right there.
Okay.
You know, Juan, I'm just putting it out there. Milwaukee Fest is really good about throwing these big events as well. And like people like to know times, settings, everything. How come do you guys have pamphlets boop, boop, that fold out and show directions of times where who's gonna play, this is that instead of looking
They usually do it, I think, a couple weeks ahead of time. They have it on their social media. I don't know if they put it on their website anymore, but I know they're usually good about a week or so ahead of time, just to let you know exactly where you're gonna be or where the artists are gonna be or what artists are playing on which stage. So I mean, you just got to keep looking through their Facebook page and find out. And people will actually start posting it themselves and say, okay, well, this artist playing over here, we're gonna go see them and stuff like that. So, but as far as pamphlets go, I never seen one. It's just always been on social media.
Okay, because like
Maybe
last
it's
night,
cost efficient for that.
right? Like last time, like last night, people were inviting us to go to places, but you got sleepyhead here that want to go sleep.
What?
Party pooper.
Hey.
He's getting old.
Party pooper.
Juan, help me out.
You're on vacation.
Thank you. Vacation.
Yeah. But yeah, it would have been, and people, if you missed it after the party, there was some good bands playing. Chenta Barrera was there, and I saw some of the guys that were playing. So really cool. And man, those are the times you gotta jump on it. It's when people are here from different areas. You get to mingle and you get to socialize. That's the best part. You know, socialize, meet people. Stop being shy. It's not gonna get you anywhere.
That's a good part about fanfare and stuff, is because I mean, it's really we've been to it so many times, through the years. We've been through all that and stuff. So it's really not.
Come to Milwaukee Fest, my friend.
I think Lila has actually been to one before, because she used to live in Chicago, for many years. So I think she's actually been up there to the Milwaukee Fest. I've never been up there. I only went to Chicago this past summer for a couple of days and then came back. So that was as high as I've ever been. But I mean, going to fanfare is more like a reunion type of thing for us now. It's just we'll go out there and we're always seeing somebody that we knew, so we catch up with them for a little bit and go about our way, and then the next one, and go watch a few shows on some of the stages that we probably never seen before, or unless you got artists like Pio Trevino or La Fiebre who we're big fans of, we just want to see those guys, and then we'll go about our way to the after parties and stuff. So
Well, let me ask you this question: would you go see George Salazar?
of course,
I would go see George
I'm
Salazar.
kidding, man.
Looking at him.
Chica, man.
hey, only if he lets me introduce him on stage. That's the only way I'm going.
Oh, sweet. Hands down,
You're
you
the
got
guy.
it.
You're the guy. I'm gonna hold you to that because I might be performing.
I'm good. Hey, man, I was not really starstruck. I was more shocked. This past year we went to fanfare, and Pio Trevino's wife actually said, "Hey, man, can you bring Pio Trevino up on stage?" I said, "Hell yeah, I'm ready to go, man!" So I brought him up on stage.
Oh,
That was like the
wow.
highlight of my whole week right there for that.
That's
I was like, man,
amazing.
I would never got thought a chance to I'd ever get to introduce Pio Trevino, man. So that was awesome for
And
me.
awesome mentors.
You know what? We met him in Vegas
Awesome
We
mentors.
met him in Vegas, and he was in tears telling me the story behind certain songs and his life.
Yeah, and he usually expresses them on stage.
Yep.
Like somebody loves you, he'll say that's for his wife and his grandkids and his
Yep.
great grandkids, and his kids and stuff like that. So he'll say those, he'll tell stories on stage, about those songs and stuff like that.
He has such a beautiful voice. I never knew he was a singer for Movida, right?
Yeah, Movida.
Movida,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
My wife introduced me to that. I was like, oh my God, I love that song. And then she's like, well, that's Pio Trevino. You met him. No, I didn't. Yes, you did. No, I didn't. Just like Gilbert Velasquez. You met Gilbert. No, I didn't. You took a picture with him. No, I didn't. And here I was like, oh shit, I did.
Yeah.
You know what? And right now I'm gonna apologize if anybody listens to this even later. When mentioning that, is everybody there? Is everybody you there? Okay, maybe one's gone. No to anybody. If you said we already know each other, if you said I just saw you and talked to you yesterday, I forget. I have like brain damage, so I forget. And so some of the people from Puro Pedo were like, "Yeah, we just talked, blah blah blah." I'm like, okay, well, to me, I'm like Dory. Everything was brand new all over again. Hi, how are you doing?
Sorry.
So
I don't know what
yeah,
happened.
so sorry.
I don't know.
Something happened to Juan.
Yeah.
And, our
Juan-
time has to cut
Yeah.
because we got to go eat.
I know. Yes,
Sorry.
yes, that's it. Well, Juan Mendoza, he kicked himself out. Something
Yep.
happened.
Thank you, Juan.
We were supposed to go on for 15 minutes, guys. This
Yeah.
turned into 2 hours and 15 minutes.
Your fault. How dare
Your
you?
fault, dude.
You owe me a water burger.
You owe me a Whataburger.
I cooked for you this morning.
Sweet and spicy.
Okay, bye.
Thank you, Norma. Thank you, George. Thank you, Janie. Thank you, Juan Mendoza. We're gonna cut this show and let's pray that our onda keeps on going and we're gonna be
Yes.
part of that.
Amen.
Talk to you
Yes.
later, Gigi.
Bye. 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 Bye.